Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Mel just looks so. Hey, buddy.
Just
how you
looking
doing?
over at, I immediately pull up the Discord. I'm like, what is this picture I'm seeing here?
Uh-huh.
And it looks like a bird in a towel fort.
Yes.
I love this.
It's like, what the fuck? I saw
That
that
is-
pop up, and I
it's
was
a
like,
bird.
what?
It's a happy bird. It has a fort.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so.
So last time,
On Dragon Ball Pay.
okay then.
Wah.
Oh, you're
Wow.
updating.
Wow.
You're updating tokens. Is that what I'm
Yeah.
seeing happen there?
I'm just
Okay.
fixing the nameplate.
Right,
whatever
I can
reason
go
I
to
got
dark
toggled.
mode on this one. Aha.
On a
Sadly,
few characters, the
Pathfinder does
nameplate's
not
got
like dark
toggled.
mode.
Pathfinder doesn't like dark mode. Why?
Yeah, the legacy Pathfinder sheets and the chat absolutely hate the dark mode function.
Really?
It causes it to tweak out really bad.
Mm. What is with? Okay,
Should have made coffee.
I need to stop. I need to stop doing this. I am turning the viewership number off for the dashboard.
Wait, why do you
because
have that on in
it-
the first place?
Because it was on by default, and it
Dude,
just
the
messes
moment
with
I
me.
the moment I installed OBS, I went ahead and turned that fucker off.
Well, it's the Twitch dashboard, so it's not in OBS.
I just kind of keep it there because it's like, oh hey, if I see the number jump, I'll be like, hey guys, welcome on in for whatever is coming in. Otherwise,
That's
I
what I-
completely ignore it.
That's what I would do. That's what I use it for too. When like a lot of people show up, I can go ahead and say hi to the new people. Encourage behavior to get new people to follow and stuff like that. But the thing is, when I was watching it earlier, it's like Reen talking in chat, Delay talking in chat. It's like you have one person watching, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's why I
Um,
don't trust the fucking I don't trust it.
So
Well, yeah, the number doesn't
and then-
update if there are multiple tabs. They're not counted as a viewer. So
and then it said that there were 5, and now it
Yeah.
says there are 2. So I'm
It's
like,
it's all over the place.
The number is tweaking out.
it's like, stop roller coastering me, Twitch. Just pick a lane.
It's because of the way Twitch counts viewers. It's really wonky. It like legitimately is a super tweaky thing where sometimes they'll count when they're on the page. Sometimes they won't count because they have multiple tabs. Sometimes they won't this. And it's just like, okay. It's a number
Aldora
that goes
says,
up
"What
and
about
down."
Twitch?" Oh, I'm just griping on how the Twitch dashboard for streaming quantifies who is and is not a viewer. So, yeah, and the number is fluctuating wildly. So I can't trust it because, I mean, why does that number exist there other than to go ahead and me as the streamer give me an idea of how many people are watching so I can... Do I need to pay attention to chat more? Do I need to react differently? So I can tailor the content to, a size audience that I have. If no one's watching right now, I just focus on what I'm doing with my friends. But if I have like a lot of people, I'll do a little meet and greet stuff. But having it go from like 1 to 5 to 2 to 1, I mean, I don't know what the number means at this point.
Man,
You
yeah, it's degrading.
Distant.
The AI's fucking voice is
Well-
glitching out for me.
Yeah, the AI is degrading over time. It was getting more and more wee.
I was wondering if it was just me, but like
No,
the channel is
that-
fucking dying.
Yeah, this channel
Yeah,
is
the-
absolute dying.
Yeah, okay. So Discord is having
Oh.
like
Oh,
I'm gonna
oh no, Mel, are you
What?
okay?
Mel, you blipped literally mid-word there. Went like, eh.
So I forcefully changed the region because something tells me that it was trying to put us into a region that was just like,
No.
Okay.
I have manually set it to US Central for the most people.
And you know what? All of a sudden, my connection is so much better.
Yeah,
But
I was
hey,
concerned
The
that
AI's
my,
not going rampant anymore. Hooray!
I was concerned that my internet was having a connection because it's been doing that occasionally the past couple of days, but no, that was just Discord having a fucking heart attack.
Conniption.
Oh god, for me it's my drivers, man. They have been tweaking out after I play games, and I do not.
Oh
they're
yeah,
just not happy with it.
I haven't updated my drivers the last 2 updates because Nvidia has done something apparently that's like really fucking with things. So I've just been like chilling, 2 updates behind, like hi.
Maybe that's why my drivers are having strokes after playing games.
Oh, hey, cool. I haven't done that yet. I haven't updated yet.
God damn it! Curses. Where's the go back button?
there,
Fuck.
yeah, it's called formatting. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Lord. Format
Yeah.
myself into an early retirement.
Damn. Don't become Sin. Become Uzi. Become a damaged OC.
Wow. Oh, murder drones. So aren't they continuing that franchise though? What's
There
the
was
whole
okay, so to just flat out say this.
Rooster Teeth coming back and everything?
What?
They're
Oh,
not.
that's something
Okay,
else entirely.
those are not
That is
That's
two
entirely
different
unrelated.
studio people.
Yeah, no, never mind. That was my brain having a moment. Forgive
Yeah.
me.
Murder Drones is by Glitch, which is a small, like 3-4 person operation.
And,
or
and
something
they have
like that.
nothing to do with the Rooster Teeth.
Yeah,
That was
no,
just
they're
me
they're
going-
independent. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, also, so on the note of glitch,
Yeah.
you know what's her name? Dana, the creator of Owl House.
Yeah.
Her new animation.
I need to watch
she's
that.
making-
I haven't
the
seen
new-
any about House.
The new show that she's making. She has
Mm-hmm.
explicitly gone on record to say it is not a show for children.
Oh,
Yeah.
finally,
Because
that-
it's
that-
a-
that-
It is a what is it? A fucking something to do with eldritch horror. There's a lot of body horror in there.
It's gonna be a psychological horror show.
nice.
Is it going to be animated?
Yes, 2D
Yes.
animation.
2D animation, psychological horror, not for children.
Mm-hmm. This is correct.
You know, because I've been stuck with this fucking shitty UI, I'm gonna click the funny green button real quick. Be right back.
He's pushing the funny button.
Oh, funny green button. Okay.
I push the funny button. What happens?
Um,
It punches, melts, melts
No,
the funny button.
no, we do not push the punch melt in the face button. Okay.
No, not in the face. In the funny bone. It only hits your funny bone.
Why would you do that to me? Why?
Because then all your muscles seize up and you go, ow, why?
Ah, no, no.
You start screaming like the fucking one video that goes, "Hey, yay, yay, yay!"
What's going on?
My funny bone's gone.
As you can tell, chat, we tangent a lot when we do D&D Light because it is really just a bunch of friends hanging out. We do play some D&D eventually. Hang in there.
Yeah, we're in the pre-game ambling right now. We'll eventually settle down for like an hour or two of
Yeah.
talking, and then we'll get rowdy again, and then
Yeah.
it happens.
It should always feel like a bunch of friends sitting down at the table and just catching up and bullshitting. That's just a core thing to D&D. And honestly,
Can I become a
I
ghost
think
type?
What?
Can I become a ghost type, please?
Sure, hands gun.
No!
Oh no! Oh no!
No!
Also, equivalently, I've just become dark type somehow. Wee!
Lucy, stop!
I've become a ghost steel type.
Hey, we're all rated 18 plus channels. That was dark humor for you. Congratulations.
It caught me off guard, but the follow-up was
All I have to
That
say
was
is
a good
Persona!
I have my moments from time to time.
Fucking, I caught that one. I caught that one.
Oh lord.
Oh, the Persona reference.
Yeah,
Persona 3
3.
specifically.
Yeah, that was.
Persona!
I mean, the what they had to be pretty brave to go ahead and do that. I guess. I mean,
I mean,
You gotta
thing
remember the
about
timeline when it came out, though.
gonna
Things
say-
were more acceptable then.
I was gonna say, you also have to keep in mind the story is just dark.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So have we got our our pre-game giggles out? Are we ready to start diving into story?
I don't know, are we?
Give me just a moment. We can get into the story. I just have to add some things to my soundboard that Dusky sent me.
Okey-doke.
Oh well, I guess I could go ahead and make a
Thank you for
fresh
the hydrate.
cup of tea, since apparently in this ambling I've actually finished my drink off at this point. So I
I'll need
will
to make
be
coffee
right.
later, but
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Feel free to keep going without me.
Fucking got him.
Oh, yawns.
yeah, I
Big
am.
mighty yawn.
I am.
Yonti.
I'm not a snake. No.
Yanti. Yeah. What is this? What did Al send? Oh, god damn it. Ah.
Yeah, I'm perfect.
Boop.
Binkus bonkus. What do you
This
think?
bonkus.
What do you think? Wackus bonkus. Kill them.
Bonk. They make a
Kill.
funny noise when I hit it on the head with a club.
They for some reason they go ahead and they stop moving after I hit them with my club. Do you know anything about that? Nah, not really.
Actually, some of them move a little more. I think that might be muscle reflex, though. Oh, tonight's gonna be a great night. Because we're all
Yeah.
in, like, silly mode.
Why am I? No, tits isn't working right now.
I kind of just look down.
No, your tits are fine.
Wee!
Your tits are fine. Don't worry.
I don't have jiggle fit. Well,
I mean, I do partially, but like for some reason,
I
it's
don't
not
have
like.
jiggle fists. Also, I've locked my character in place, though, because I know that I lean back a lot. My model tweaks the fuck out super hard if I don't lock it in place.
Done for nut.
Yawn, yawn.
Done for nut just went ahead and booped me. Hi, how are you?
Goodbye, everyone.
I remember you all in therapy.
That's cool. Therapy's fun.
That's cool. Therapy's fun. Also, the two sounds that I have added to specifically Milt's soundboard is
You first, eager beaver. Let me in, let me in, let me in.
Lovely.
and then there's one that's just sorry, where is it? It's the other one. It's just this.
Let me in, 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 let me in.
Okay, so it's just a full let me in.
Yeah.
I love how your soundboard for Mel's just all the horror or pain noises.
I mean, not necessarily just horror or pain. It's just
A lot of hitting.
there's one that's literally there. This is the only outlier,
I love you.
Aw.
and then there's yeah. There. Okay. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. You're right.
You're right.
all of my shit for Meld server is just either horror themed, show themed, or just various pain noises.
Much pain, very ow.
And then there's just I love you.
Mother, I crave the ultra violence.
Get the BFG.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Still waiting for the tea master to brew his tea.
I should probably brew some coffee, but I'll do that when I'm feeling a little more tired.
Reen, I got hit with the sad today.
Why did you get hit with the sad?
I was like, I'm gonna do the chicken thing today for D&D.
Oh.
The fucking deal did end on no doubt the deal was on Sunday, and my brain didn't realize until the end of the week. Oh yeah, Sunday's the end of the week. Fuck. So the deal wasn't there anymore. So I'm like, well, no chicken.
No
Damn
chicken.
it.
Damn it. Yeah, I just polished off the fucking last of the chicken earlier this morning.
I've got
Man.
mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
And the chicken strips. Ah.
Gotta put the work into it yet. I mean, if you're gonna embarrass yourself, you might as well go the full 9 yards, right? That's what I'm good at.
I mean, if you what is a clown with shame? Not a clown.
You know, exactly. That's not a clown anymore.
Remember last session
That's
when I
just a
opened?
politician.
Remember last session when I went ahead and off the rip in my first fight of that session, which was only supposed to be like something like just a sparring session? Two fucking
Critical hit, critical hit, critical hit. It's like, dude, stop. The man's already getting his ass beat. Oh my lord.
No, stop. He's already dead.
There's no controlling in the dice, and when they say nat 20, back nat 20, it's, well, okay.
Well, the dice are gonna fucking eat me alive this time.
The farthest
the way-
I've seen is 3 in a row.
Entirely unrelated read, but my collection of legendaries from the fucking Cobblemon server continues to expand.
I actually recently just changed over what I'm breeding over there. So if you want a Sprigatito, you can get one.
Gatito.
But yes, my collection of legendaries now includes 2 Pecharunt.
Mm-hmm.
It's like caught a second one appeared at some point. Lunala, Meloetta, Meltan, Manaphy and Fiona, Diancie,
Reshiram.
Reshiram, Chiyu, Groudon, Articuno, and Genpao.
I am
At
currently.
some point, I'll try Cobblemon.
I mean, you can always just jump out of the server with us.
It's true. I remember trying a Pixelmon. I was just really confused.
Pixelmon.
I don't know.
Pixelmon
is
Go ahead.
I sit down and everybody says Pixelmon is, and then goes silent. What is Pixelmon?
complicated and convoluted.
Yeah.
Ah, well, that's accurate.
Let me in, 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 let me in.
That's part of Reed's new
Fucking
soundboard.
I see.
Aimed specifically at you.
Apparently. I don't know why. How's the
Chicken
soundboard
thigh.
coming? Did you get them all in? All the soundboard stuff?
I mean, there's just Eager Beaver and Let Me In. There's
Oh.
one more. Actually, there's one more I could add, but actually, you know what? Fuck it, why not?
Oh, boy.
Server settings, soundboard, upload sound, browse. This. Yes. This.
Apparently, I've got a date to try Marvel Rivals streaming on Friday with Doc. I can't wait to see how that goes. I can't wait to see the game immediately crash my PC somehow.
I mean, honestly, I'm going to say this. A lot of people seem to be playing Marvel Rivals. I honestly, with the amount of people playing it, I'm going to say that they probably have enough points of data to have it go pretty smooth on a lot of
You would
different
say that.
computers.
I've already tried it. It has memory leak problems.
Well, yeah, but a lot of games do.
Yeah. They
All
don't
right,
ramp up real bad.
last one that was added.
Okay, I know it's filthy rich coming from me, but your powers are bullshit.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okie doke. So we all good now? We all settled?
For the
mean-
most part.
Then Owl has the stage.
All right.
All right.
So, not much happened last time. It was mostly just the duel, but if you can call it that,
Yeah.
between Reen and Mateus, and then another day of traveling without any major event.
All right, that's right. How many crits happened straight out the gate?
Two in a row.
And then Mateus crit, but it was turned into not a crit, so.
Yes.
So technically 3 crits were rolled. Back to back, basically.
I think the only the furthest the most crits I think I've ever seen in the game because it is 4 in a row.
Imagine rolling 4 crit or 4 20s on 2 disadvantage rolls.
Oh god. That's just the world saying they want you to smash this person.
It's like that. Yeah, it's gonna
God-
happen. You gotta
God-
let it happen.
God has spoken.
RN Jesus has said no.
But yeah. So at this point in time, you guys, I think we left off the second night, or second. It's becoming the third day more aptly. Dawn of the third day.
24 hours remain.
After their duel, there was the travel, and then I think we were resting and traveling again.
Yeah, basically that's all we were doing. We're just trying to get to the next city.
Yep.
We told him about the other person that was coming here with the dragon and whatnot and yeah. Go Team
Aurelian.
Dragons.
Yeah, Aurelian, who's looking for him, or for the steel.
Aurelian and now Orn, who is having to fend off at least a couple of people.
Yep.
But yeah. So we come back third day. According to Levy, probably sometime closer to nightfall, the next town should come into view.
Yeah.
Yep. And this is when we really need to stick to our roles.
Nope. So, traveling. Let's see.
Bleh. Yeah, I might need to actually go make that cup of coffee sooner than I thought. Fuck it, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, probably be smart.
Just so that way I don't do stupid. Bleh.
Just say while you go do that, I'll be right back as well. I need to go
Oh,
put
okay.
something up.
Sounds good. Whee!
It looks like it's gonna be just you and me for a little bit loose.
High five!
High five.
Low head.
That was a good session, everyone. Same time next week.
Fucking Christ.
Man, a half-an-hour podcast. Hell yeah!
I mean, it was good for me. Was it good for you?
I had a lot of fun, just talking and hanging out. Some people enjoy just the mannerisms of a nice dummy chit chat. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Related to anything, I find it funny how for the longest time I thought I was relatively out of shape.
Mhm.
Because what is it? It's no surprise or it's no secret to anybody that I bike to and from work. And for whatever
Mm.
reason, I thought that I was out of shape while biking because I would get home and be winded.
Yeah.
Though the days that I come home winded are usually the days that I'm carrying an excessive amount of weight.
That'll do it.
I mean,
But
that's
otherwise,
just signs of a good workout, mate.
Yep.
Yeah, you're probably not out of shape at all, honestly, since
No.
you bike all the time.
I was gonna say the thing that made me realize that I'm not out of shape is the worst that I had when it
Mm.
comes to riding was there was snow on the ground whenever I was riding my bike.
Mm-hmm.
Just making, I had to apply extra force to the pedals to go.
Mm-hmm.
When I got home and I was kind of tired. Legs were feeling a little sore,
Yeah.
as to be expected.
Well, yeah, because you're doing a bunch of, well, leg work in a cold environment.
Yeah.
But all I needed to do was sit down for about 5 minutes and I was perfectly fine.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
So the thing is, there are not a lot of people that could pull that off. There are some, definitely, but I mean, the
I mean, you look at my average work day. I bike to work. I stand all day, and then I bike home
Mhm.
with only one, typically only one 30-minute rest break.
Yeah, see, me, I have like back problems. I could not do that. The biking, I could eventually get used to the biking. That's not the hurdle for me. Sadly, it is the standing for long periods of time that I can't do anymore because I've got two different fused vertebrae in my back. So standing for a long period of time physically causes me pain to the point where my muscles will start spasming because my back cannot carry the weight of my spine as well as it used to. And when my spine doesn't adjust like it should, the muscles will try to make it adjust. But because the vertebrae are fused, they don't want to move. So the muscles spasm harder, causing more pain. Trying to get my spine to move the way it should naturally. But I mean, the longer I stand, the worse the spasms get.
It's okay. We can go find somebody's spine and replace yours. That'll be fine.
No, yeah, sure. That's the solution here.
Yeah. Hey, maybe technology will give you a new spine within the next 30 years. Who knows?
Maybe I just need to reach out to the Phyrexians.
Yeah, hey,
There's
assimilation
what?
has its benefits.
Isn't there a Phyrexian spinal graft card out there?
What? Maybe. There's a lot having to do with flesh mending, so who knows?
Hmm.
I'm sure there's plenty of bone breakers in there too. Bone molding.
Yeah, all my bone molding happened earlier this morning. I'm playing my Bone Witch character.
I see that.
Yes, osteoporosis.
Is that what you named it?
Yes.
Oh my God, you're an asshole.
What?
What a name. What a name.
Hey, it was one that was not going to be taken, all right?
Osteoporosis.
I have osteoporosis.
It's very true that it was not taken. Oh, that's great. Never change. No, I haven't touched the game in a while. I got through the story. I'm like, that's enough for me.
No. See, Path of Exile 2. My first run, I played a
Summon Witch?
no,
Yeah, Summon Curse is what you did first.
no Chaos Curse.
Okay, sorry, Chaos Curse. Well, you had some summons on the side, but
Chaos
I guess,
Control.
they were just there. So.
The Chaos damage type, I got into the second act, last boss of the second act, hard stop. He
You
is
never got over
so-
that?
Never.
To
Never
be
was
fair,
able to
to be
beat him.
fair, you could have called in the bell and I would have helped you fight it.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. In my honest opinion, shouldn't be necessary.
There's a lot of builds in the game that just can't solo, and it sucks.
And and that's a personal gripe for me. So
But then they did
am
some updates that apparently swung a lot of stuff. So apparently there's a huge power problem right now. In the game.
big problem with it is I could potentially, if I had picked any other ascension path for the witch, because the blood path apparently just does not work with the chaos curse combo, because for chaos to get past damage reduction, you have to be getting withering dots on the enemy as much as possible. That means frequent casting, and the blood mage variant means you're using your health to cast with. So I'm literally having to cast fast, draining my health pool while surviving.
Ma, that really
Boss.
fucking weird cat is outside.
Oh lord.
God damn it.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, you really don't want to use your resource without having huge regen.
Yeah. So it just wasn't working. So that's why I'm going full physical spellcaster. So all of my spells for this run is things that do physical magic damage. So that's why
what else you could have done is reset the character and just gotten out of the blood magic.
Well, last I was told, there is no way to reset ascensions.
Oh no, so you're stuck in that tree.
Well,
But
yeah.
I think there's only a specific amount that causes it to pay in health,
Nope.
right? Oh,
Nope.
okay. Perish.
Second you go ahead and become a blood mage, you're fucked.
Okay.
I would have to undo the ascension, so it means make a new character.
Oh, we do. But back to this game now that everyone's here.
Yes, are we back? No, we're just memeing. That's what we're doing.
Things were sent because you guys were still going.
Sorry. I brought up PoE. It's my fault.
I just got my coffee. I just sat down.
Yay.
So, anyways,
I started
Um,
twice.
let's see here. Nothing exciting is going to be happening during the day.
I need
Wow.
something. I need.
And by nothing exciting, I mean you all. The Night Watch who saw it, you do notice that a few of the wolves from the previous night do seem to more or less be following your group, but they seem to peter off as you get closer and closer to the town.
I mean,
Not one dragon, but a dragon and two T-Rexes.
yeah.
I wonder if they're following us out of respect or confusion.
I will tame this tribe. I will own these wolves. They will be my army.
Pepper the Wolf Rider.
Hog Rider!
They'll be Pepper's scouts.
She
I
already
ascend
has
their
a-
intelligence through some druidic magics. They all become intelligence through.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Yes. Get some awakening scrolls in here.
An awakened wolf tribe?
Wolves. You know, they were pack hunters before. If you awaken them, how much worse could that possibly get? Right?
Well, that
right?
to be fair, that depends. It could actually make them worse because by awakening and gaining more personality, they may cause more of a divide within their own structure.
You know, so what you're basically saying, awakening them, they might start overthinking things.
They might, through their own personalities, ruin their own pack tactic power. Anywho.
Good God. The tangents. If you're watching us do a D&D game, you have to be prepared for the tangents.
the tangents, TM.
Yeah.
But so Al has said that that third night was right. It was fine.
Damn
so
it.
What? Huh?
Nothing.
Oh.
Nothing.
I so I'm assuming that means technically we can hit the long rest and change spells out if we need to.
Yep.
Okay, because if we're entering a city, I probably don't want Sleet Storm interrupting her.
And it has been a
Inside
full
the
day,
city.
so I'm assuming the dawn resetting of the thwack staff has occurred.
Yep.
All right.
We didn't even interrogate this guy. We literally just were like, "Hey, you gave up. You're coming with us now."
Well, I mean,
Well, because he's going with the Steel Watch. Guy.
I think the general has that under control. They had a little power.
General Rodon.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Off in the distance, a large figure riding a small horse.
I feel so bad for that dinky little horse. I really do.
So fun thing about that. At a certain point, Radon literally learned gravity magic, so he could continue to ride the horse without straining it.
Yeah, his name is Henry.
Oh,
His name is Henry. That is his canonical name.
Oh no.
His name is Henry.
Anyways.
You and-
that's-
Sorry, that just reminds me of. This reminds me of the meme of you and Torrent falls off a 5-meter cliff, dies. Him and Henry to the stratosphere, Henry, as you decree, my lord.
Wait, he does take the horse with him, doesn't he? Oh my fucking god, he does!
Yep.
What the fuck? I need to go back and play that game again. So I've changed out some spells, so I'm all good.
As we
All right.
come closer to town.
As you make your way closer and closer, you do note that cloud cover starts, and it does seem to start snowing.
Oh, great.
In the cold.
Yes. Shiver me timbers.
But after a while, you do see through the snow, the town or the next town that you need to be heading to. You also note that there seems to be some kind of notice or like extra guard or something set up around the town.
The watch.
Well, I mean, okay. We don't know what's normal,
Levy does.
but there's a lot of guards there, enough that it seems suspect.
Yep.
So
There is an abnormal number of guards outside of this. We'll call it a smaller town.
question.
And I do actually have a town name for this place too. I did make one of those.
Okay, good, lovely. Okay. I as we come into sight, I guess I would turn to the levy and say,
Damn it!
Layship.
I'm supposed to say ladyship.
I'll turn to lady and say,
Lady.
Levy, freaking stop! Damn it!
How many
Damn it.
times can we interrupt Melt?
Don't worry, I can go all night.
Proceed,
do this.
Melt.
I could do this all day.
How do you want to handle this? Should I go up and introduce you? Do you want me to bring any papers up to them as we approach?
I just kind of looks over, just like, shouldn't be necessary. I'm just wondering what the hell's going on in here.
Well, I mean, me doing the introduction would be a good opportunity for me potentially to go ahead and see what is going on. And if things go sideways, make it easier for... all right. You want to go ahead and do this as a group? We do this as a group.
Levy just looks just like, I'll take the lead. She kind of looks over to Mateus and just like, you and him separate group. Mateus just kind of nods, just like, yeah, separate group.
Punches him in the gut, puts him over his shoulder, and fucking starts walking towards the fucking. Get over here, you little shit.
This is just gonna be what tonight is, isn't it? It's just gonna be jokes.
I am a giggly bitch tonight.
I can tell.
Just appreciate the fact that I'm not homicidal.
Yeah. Well, you gotta hurry up and play Abiotic Factor again so I can whip more rubber band balls at you.
Fucking Christ.
While you sleep in your bed. Mysterious blood splatter on the wall.
Speaking of which, me and Toma have paused progress to go ahead and wait until you two are free to join us again. So,
well, I mean,
I've just been waiting to catch you guys playing it. That's all.
Basically.
Well, it's probably not going to be this morning because it's likely this morning is going to be the No Man's Sky expedition to start.
Okay.
But soon, TM. We've been doing it mostly for the early morning streams.
The train.
So we approach the wall.
Yep.
The wall.
The claw.
Right.
No map for the city, so we'll just keep us here.
Okay.
But Levy goes ahead and goes first, slightly ahead of you all. You all trailing behind her. Rain, you are the closest to her. Basically,
as is my duty.
Riven, you're here. Pepperhead, do you like that? That's basically the general order. Okay. So, Levy goes ahead and approaches the guards, who basically kind of look everybody up and down. And they look over to Levy and just like, what's your business in town here? And Levy just kind of looks just like, well, we've been traveling on the road. I'd like to stay at an inn. But apparently, you all find the need to interrogate every single noble who comes through here, don't you? The guard kind of almost immediately starts to back down, just like, no need for any difficulties. You're able to go through, just bear in mind that town's been having some difficulties with its water source, so we've been having to bring in water from outside.
I'm gonna go look up at the snow that's coming down from the sky and look back at them. Just like, why aren't you melting the snow then?
Well, he looks over to you, just like has a slightly disgusted look, and just like looks over to Levy, just like, just make sure that you don't drink from the contaminated river water. Levy just kind of looks back to the rest to you, Riven, just shrugs.
Internal monologue. It's not the river water that's helping these people stay this situation. It's a failure to adapt to their situation. God damn. You have water all around you. So much that's drinkable. You just don't... Sorry. Okay, got it. Don't drink the water.
But I'll go ahead and head into town. Town of Shanashal.
On a show.
Yes.
I imagine that I'm already crafting a limerick about not drinking the water of Shanashal.
Mhm.
So, considering that they've been having the water's been contaminated, are there any visual signs of people being sick or ill in any way, shape, or form?
As you move through town, you don't really see anybody that's walking around, but a lot of them do seem to be rather cautious, especially if they're carrying any form of water. And you do reach a certain point of the town, though, where you can see that there's sort of an area of the town that has been quarantined off. Where they've more or less set up a checkpoint down one of the roads with a bunch of guards sort of managing it.
Do the groans of the undead reach our ears?
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and, as we go through the town, how big of a town is this? This is like, we talking little tiny hamlet? We talking almost a city?
Short of being a city.
Short of being a city. Okay, then it's big enough for this to be possible. As we head to what I'm assuming we're heading towards an inn because that's what the guards were told. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for any sort of markings of a black market dealership or a building that I would normally be able to ply my trade.
Okay.
Just to see if I can get any information about the area and stuff of that nature.
Let's see. Since you know thieves can't, you are able to spot a couple places. You do see. You see a relatively newly scratched icon, sort of going like into just or on the side of one of the houses or buildings that you pass by.
Mm-hmm.
And even from a quick glance, you can tell that this is very freshly made. You can kind of put two and two together that they had to quickly move operations because something was restricting them, either the quarantine zone or possibly a crackdown on their main or on the previous place that it was being managed.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. I will make note of that location. Well, is it a named business or just a house? What is the situation with the mark? What kind of establishment is it on?
It just seems to be on a house.
Mhm.
Whatever this is, it was hastily made, so perhaps this was just like an emergency location that they could move to.
Got it.
So it could be marking a safe house or something of that nature.
Basically, the general gist of what you're able to grasp is that this is not the main location. However, they've had to convert it into the main location due to something, for some reason.
Hmm.
And actually, go ahead and make me a perception roll.
Okay.
Nice.
Well,
I'm gonna
that-
use my once per game inspiration.
Okay.
Give me one moment. That's better.
I was almost expecting another 7. God
It
would
would've been
say you
funny.
must have no eyes today.
Yeah, no.
I technically would have opened this up to Reen as well, since she also has Thieves' Cant.
Yeah.
But with your perception, you are able to see that the symbol, the symbol for this being the black market has kind of been done over another symbol, which you can vaguely identify as being a safe house symbol.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So I'll have to sneak in there and do introductions and opening of business, and then get information about the area. The fact that the black market is unstable right now, given that there's contaminated water and a quarantine going on, is not unusual to an extreme degree, but that also means that the black market here had no means to catch wind of the problem before it happened, which makes me not exactly expecting a lot out of their information gathering abilities. If they didn't see this problem happening ahead of time and get other arrangements made, that means they got caught off guard somehow. And yeah, it happens. It just sets the bar low for the information they'll be able to provide me. But I'll make note of the location, and yeah, I'll have to go ahead and pop in there when I can sneak away. Do we notice any slaves walking free without an escort in this town?
No, you do not notice any walking freely without an escort of some kind.
Okay.
Most of them are more or less just carrying things, water or like various odds and ends, foods and whatnot.
Are we seeing, population-wise, are we seeing like 2 slaves to a person? We're seeing a lot of people without slaves. What's the dynamic?
There
look
are
like?
a few individuals walking around that are not slaves but do not have any.
Mhm.
The people in the finer looking clothes tend to be the ones walking around with 1 or 2 slaves. Some of the people with we'll say the most extravagant looking clothing seem to have a minor entourage of their own. So Levy walking around, dragon aside, Levy walking with 4 slaves is not necessarily out of the ordinary.
Okay. But it definitely comes off as more of the
The
extravagant
richer,
side.
the richer you are, the more slaves you have accompanying you to do whatever it is that you need them to do. So, for all intents and purposes, Levy walking around with 5 of you makes her look pretty rich.
Good.
So I'm assuming heading towards town square, and there's, the fuck? Oh, that. Got it.
That so we're heading towards the fuck.
Sorry, I got memed. And it's just that crashing through the wall took my train of thought with me. Are we seeing something that's obviously looking like an inn up ahead around the town square, or something
Yep.
that's
Yeah,
central?
Levy has been moving like without stopping. She
No,
seems to
yeah,
know
I'm
this
assuming
town.
this has definitely been a kind of like walk and talk scenario where I'm taking in the situation as we go, trying to go ahead and understand the lay of the land. Because I mean, we're just passing through, right?
Yep, more or less.
Unless something happens. And I don't know about you, but this looks like a situation that is charged for something to happen.
Yep. So, you guys arrive at the inn. Riv and Levy kind of gestures for you to open the door.
Yes, right away, ma'am. And go ahead and as regally as possible, opening the door for her. Bowing and all the whole 9 yards. I don't know if you want a performance check for that or not.
Nah, we'll say this is practiced enough.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go ahead and take that as a passive check then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. All right.
You're an 8 in performance.
Yeah. So, either if you want to say, like, if you were to use it like the same way you use passive perception, that would be what, an 18?
Well, no, the way that I'll say this is that even with a 1, you physically could not roll low enough to fuck this up.
Wow. Okay. Damn it, Pepper in the small talk.
Yep. The type of pets that are kept here. It is mostly like smaller creatures, dogs, cats.
Hmm.
Okay, so even with it being a cold environment, they still keep the usuals. Dogs make sense because they can make heavy fur breeds and stuff.
Yep.
So,
I
I
doubt.
was gonna say, basically what you're looking at here, dog-wise, is more or less huskies.
yeah, pretty much the wolf crossbreed stuff.
Yeah.
The ones that would like literally sleep out in the snow and
Yeah,
think
be
that's
happy.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I will say that just basically the domesticated wolves of the dog kingdom.
Yeah.
Huh, I'm surprised they're using cats instead of was it the Winterford ferrets then, or was it for hunting mice and stuff? I'm surprised those didn't end up more animal pet wise here.
As you guys are kind of walking in, Liv is just like, oh, I mean, in fairness, it's not always snowy.
It's just the winter
Just
season right now.
Just mostly snowy. We have a very short period of time where the weather's pretty nice.
Ooh.
About a month and a half, 2 months if we're lucky. Anyways, stepping into the inn, Levy goes ahead and heads up to the innkeeper, and she's just like, alright, I've been traveling for 3 days. I need a place that I can sleep without being disturbed. And she kind of looks back to the rest of her group, to the rest of y'all, and she kind of looks to the innkeeper, and with enough space for them to sleep on the floor. Preferably with blankets. I don't need them dying of frostbite. She goes ahead and puts 2 gold on the counter. I trust this will cover everything. Potentially for a couple of nights if need be. If not, I will come by to pick up whatever is left over. The innkeeper kind of looks down at the gold, looks up at Levy, just kind of nods, and they ring a little bell. And a couple of... Let's see here. Ooh.
I'm gonna assume. Wait, is Zalara in the shrunken form so they can fit in?
Yeah, Yes.
You're just walking in with a full-size dragon.
Dragon
Yeah, no.
looking at the
Yes.
door. How do I get in the room? It's like, oh no,
How do fit?
how do fit?
That's right. It
I
goes
just
in the
turn
square
sideways, wobble. It doesn't work.
hole. That's right. It goes in the square hole. But the innkeeper rings the bell, and two individuals come up, both wearing collars. One a lizard folk, and the other a kobold.
Hey.
They wordlessly head over to you, Pepper, and they
Cool.
basically begin to start taking the stuff.
Yay.
The
happy
innkeeper kind of looks at
miscellaneated.
Levy and says, if you would like to follow them up to your room, and they will carry your belongings up there. And once they have your belongings in the room, we will go ahead and bring up the extra blankets that you require. Levy nods, and the two go off, and they walk up the stair or up a set of stairs, and Levy follows. I take it you all follow as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They take you to a rather large room. There is a single bed. It is a queen-size bed. But there is enough room for all of you to basically sleep on the floor. The room also has its own little stove for heating.
Mm-hmm.
Wood-burning stove for heating. And once they go ahead, they drop they put all the belongings in the room.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of, the two kind of bow, and then they exit the room.
As they're like grabbing the stuff and we're being escorted to our room, I do want to keep an eye on them just in case they make any because this is just general untrust of Autumn Vaile in itself, but if they have swift hands or not to take things that aren't theirs for their master to hawk later.
Make me a perception check. You don't necessarily catch either of them trying to swipe anything out of the belongings. But you do note the kobold's hands do appear to be more injured than the lizard folk's hands do.
Understood. Tiny dragon has been harmed. Kill mode has been engaged.
Good God.
But once they leave the room, they close the door behind them. And Levy kind of just sits on the bed. Looks at the rest of you. So, I don't know that we can discuss too terribly much in here privately. Don't know how thick the walls are or anything. But, what did you guys see as we were moving through the streets?
We have a sector of the town that has been quarantined off. We have people being very cautious when transporting water. I'm assuming that due to the water contamination, people are probably paying a premium for water right now. Which might be why they're being more cautious when carrying it. Don't want to spill something if you're having to pay a luxury price for something like that. There is a domicile that I'll put in quotation the market has moved into that might help us acquire more information if we want to go shopping for it. Seems like there's something going on here The question is, do we push for more information or do we just push forward? Because
Levy just kind of takes a moment to think. Some part of me wants to figure out what's going on here. Another part of me, I mean, technically it's not our business here. We won't really get... Well, we likely wouldn't get anything out of helping this town.
Perhaps leverage among the people. That's about it.
It's possible. Potentially increase my fame as a noble.
That definitely could help ourselves in some positions, could help harm us as well. Depends on what kind of noble you want to be seen as.
Well, I'd like to be like what my what my parents were. They were kind and helpful to the general populace.
Tried to ease the burden of the general populace.
Yeah.
And the more voice of the general populace you have behind you, the less people can really raise their voice against you without getting backlash.
Correct.
Oh, no. I could head to the market and see what information I can find out. And then we make our decision after we have that more information. Of course, you know.
It definitely looks suspicious if I went with you.
Yeah. And if I go by myself, I'm assuming that I'm going to be going in a situation where I'm hiding the fact that I'm going, because that way, if I'm getting caught, it's just a misbehaving slave.
Correct.
Ooh, and I can scout out the area of where this contaminated area.
Yeah, they did
I
mention
can
the
wash
river.
shape into a bird or something.
They did mention the river. Which kind of looks over to you, Reed. You got any ideas?
Well, I'm quite light on my feet. I could take a general scouting of the general scouting of the entire town at night, but if you require samples for of the river water, we could go ahead and I could bring you some of those for the situation at best. And given current circumstances, it would be odd if it wouldn't necessarily be odd if I were seen by myself as your bodyguard, keeping an eye on the general area around you. But once again,
I
a
guess
slave
a
and all.
bodyguard checking the contaminated area to make sure that this isn't a threat for their owner doesn't seem out of place.
But if we all go to the Four Winds and Levy's here by...
Yeah, that's fair.
We'd have to do this strategically.
One at a
We'd
everyone
have to
time,
go in
yeah.
shifts.
Not everyone can go at once, or else it'll be very suspicious looking.
Yeah.
She goes. Levy kind of takes a moment to think. Okay, Dia and Zolera, you two stay here. I think Zolera, you are the one who will attract the most attention, even if you try to skulk about. And Zolera just kind of nods, just like, yeah.
The mental image of her skulking about through town in
You
big
see a,
form.
You see a large dog-like creature sprinting in the shadows.
I was gonna say, even in small form, yeah, she's the size of one of the fucking huskies.
Yeah, and I imagine, all of a sudden one of the huskies that are local just growls and barks at her. She goes to the big form, woof. And the dog just like, I am immediately not fucking with that,
no.
and
I
is
am
gone.
not okay. I am not okay.
Also, if need be, for an hour, Levy and I could change anyone into, let's say, a cat or a dog to skulk about. That will be paid much less attention than a slave.
This is true.
Ooh.
Though, yeah, because the collars, since they're not, actually, we'll say, in a binding state, will meld into you for the duration of the polymorph.
Because they're considered clothing or equipment in
Yep.
this situation. Yeah. Well, I mean, that would be interesting because, I mean,
You won't be able to talk during it. Because I think it follows the same rules as shape changing, where you need
and
to.
there'd be no
yeah.
way for me to ask you to cancel it.
You just have to time it to be within that hour at the end of the hour, or to give me a time frame, and then I'll just stop at a time frame if you wanted to use that to skulk about.
Well, I mean, considering,
And considering what it is that he's wanting to do,
yeah,
I think
I could go ahead and use like a cat form to get to the black market building. Maybe they'll have an opening that I can sneak inside the building. Maybe not. But I could absolutely get back to the tavern unseen if I can get there as a cat, because I have a 1 use per day invisibility spell that I can cast on myself. So I could literally slink over there as a cat, try to get as
That-
much information as
That or a
possible.
bird. Like the polymorph covers a lot of animals up to a huge degree. So
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say this. When we know there are cats are present in town, the last
Yeah.
thing I want to do is flitter on over there as a bird and get snatched out of the air
Yeah.
by
oh yeah, no,
little...
totally.
Yeah.
Turn you into a pigeon, you fly over there, out of midair, just get snapped by a tabby.
Yeah, then of course the polymorph at that point ends suddenly.
Yeah.
That cat's gonna have an amazing surprise.
Oh, that cat is gonna, depending on where they bite you, is gonna break their fucking jaw. Are you kidding me?
I was gonna say once they get through those very minuscule hit points that birds have,
Well, there's
cat
also
is
the fact that if it doesn't get
Definitely a
through,
mouthful.
Riven's monk powers still works in bird form. Can literally wing slap a cat to death.
Could you imagine my gift of the gem dragon triggering and basically force eating the cat away? Oh my
Cat grabs
god.
bird. Bird reacts with the with a counterattack. Immediately, cat yeeted 50 feet.
cat lives. Cat stares at you with fucking anger rather than fear.
Oh dear.
Surprise! The cat's a warlock.
Oh no. That's kind of funny.
There's some patron out there that just like gives powers to random animals. It doesn't awaken them, but like
No.
it makes them more intelligent.
No. It is a crazy cat lady eldritch horror creature of some sort. And the only thing it teaches like the animals is like temporary hit points or something like that.
They are her horde.
So that way anybody goes ahead and messes with the cat, someone kicks the cat, and all of a sudden that cat is fine. Why is that cat fine?
I mean, at one point in time, I had a magic shop idea for the person running it could shape change between herself and a cat. The cat still had her hit points and could cast magic.
Professor McGonagall?
I love that instant response. But yeah. I mean, considering we're about to effectively do a long rest in the tavern, it would be a big use of a spell slot. So I
Just give me a
Wild
time
shape-
limit, and I'll keep focus on it until then. So
how far travel was from the tavern was the house that I had spotted?
Not that far. Walking it took about 5 minutes. So basically just down the street.
Okay.
Levy kind of takes a moment and just like, does anybody have a bucket or something
kind-
else? Something
kind
else
of
that we can store a significant amount of water in.
Tech. Well, I mean, yeah. Holds a bag of holding.
Well, yes, technically I could fill that with water, but
I just had to take the other stuff out of it.
basically what I'm trying to get at here is something that you can have on you to make it look like I just sent you to go fetch some water.
Oh,
Oh.
no, a skull doesn't count. No, I'm not gonna ruin my drum.
Levy just kind of just like sits there thinking, I could ask the innkeeper if she. I could send you to ask the innkeeper for a bucket to fetch me some water.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, can you imagine if you sent us to fetch a washing basin so you can wash the road weariness off? So that's a basin and several buckets. And it would make sense for a noble that's been on the road for 3 days.
That's true. They don't know that I can just, snap my fingers and all the dirt's gone.
Yeah. So a washing basin and a couple buckets might be taken out of what you paid for the room, but they're probably not going to bat an eye on it. They might be wondering how we plan to heat the water, but
She kind of looks over at the wood burning stove. She's like, I don't think they'll be wondering that.
no, you got a point. How much firewood is stacked up next to that stove?
A decent amount. I'll say there's at least like a stack of around 10 logs.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that'll burn for quite a while. Because
Yeah.
what, you quarter them to put them in?
Yep.
Generally? Yeah.
That means they have a chopping block in here.
Somewhere nearby.
Well, yeah, somewhere nearby at least. I assume it's already pre-cut. If they put it in the room, they probably already quartered it. It's just they're quartered
Yep.
in their logs, that's all.
Yeah, they're split into 4s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if
Uh,
we are going ahead and doing this, how do we want to send people out?
I think that's to get the general gist of what's going on here in town. We send you out first, she says, pointing to your ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
And then at night, Reen, you can move about quietly to try and either scout around town, see if you can find any bits of information within town, or you can quietly make your way out to the river. Though I imagine it'll be a little bit more difficult to get to the river, but in darkness you move. It's difficult to keep track of you even in the dark, or especially in the darkness, so. And then she kind of gestures to you, Pepper, and you, at the same time as Reen going out, can become, a bird and
Well,
Or
if it's
bat,
nighttime, I'll
even.
just become a bat, yeah.
move about.
Much better sight at night.
There's a window in our room at all?
Yes,
Is it openable?
it is openable.
How
It's more. I was going to say it's relatively thick windows, but it is still latch sealed, so it can just be opened up by undoing the latch.
Isn't that question how high is
Second-
the roof?
Yeah, I was about to say,
How high are we?
second floor, first floor, window. What are we looking at?
Second floor.
Proximity to other buildings?
Yeah, like if I were to go out the window as a cat, would it be something where I would have enough?
Yes, there is effectively an alley between this and the next building.
Yeah, so I could
And with your
definitely
monk potential, you can definitely probably
make it
mantle
down
pretty well.
as well, and then that's just cat agility,
Yeah. The most agile you've ever felt. Monk plus cat nimbleness.
Exactly. I'm already nimble as fucking hell.
Today
How
I learned that. Today I learned that in the fucking monster manual or the new monster manual, cats have a unique trait called jumper, which makes their jump distance based on dexterity instead of strength.
That's
really.
Yeah.
Do tabaxis get that? Because then I'm gonna play a tabaxi from here on forward.
Looks like me looking at the party, just like the what. Some part of me wants to make that just like a thing where it's just like your jump distance can be determined either by dex or strength, whichever is higher.
I
Yeah,
would appreciate that.
Fuck it, it doesn't really.
I mean, considering that our group is mostly, sorry, Pepper, dexterity based. Yeah.
I get it.
I get it. I'll
You-
just eat
you-
you
you-
later.
You're great with the bonk, but like the rest of us are agile fighters when it comes to combat and stuff.
Curse you, wobbly legs.
I was gonna say, Zalera over here, just like, what am I?
Yes,
That's
you're
okay.
just-
Pepper just walks over and pats her and then sits next to her and says, "It's okay. We're part of the cool kids club."
Or part of the we can punch you into next week club.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or I guess in my case, tail.
I need to learn how to use my tail as a weapon.
I'm one of these
All
days.
of a sudden,
I'm just
I
gonna
imagine
type a club head to
someone
your
getting
fucking tail.
stabbed in the eye with Pepper's tail. Blind attack.
No,
I
I'm
mean,
just
cobalt tail knife. When?
if we can get Lops to fucking just make like an attachment that you can put on the end of your tail that's literally like 2 prongs of like knives or like a mace head.
I mean, literally, the attachment exists in Pathfinder, so it wouldn't be impossible to make an equivalent.
I was just gonna say, it'd be pretty easy to just set up like a special like weapon type that can just be attached to a tail. Requires a bonus action to use, but like
The funny thing is, if Lops was making it, I somehow suspect that it's going to be more than just a knife.
It's a multi-tool.
With 1,000 degree hot knife.
it has a cartridge slot. What cartridges go in? It's for you to find out.
Coins. We power it with coins. Ancient coins.
Nah, he fucking makes a gun blade for your fucking tail.
Yeah. Joke's on you. I'm the kobold squall.
Oh my god!
Wham! Wham!
It's me.
You are the
I'm
Skullbold.
the
Skullbold.
Skullbold. Look at me. I am the Skullbold now.
Just a revolver tail slashes them and immediately explodes them with fire afterwards. Whee!
Anyways, right now, Levy just kind of looks just like, right now, what we need most is that information. So, yes, I will send you to the innkeeper. She kind of takes a look around. Anybody got something I can write down a note on?
I pull out a piece of paper out of
Fuck
Riven's
yeah.
backpack.
Don't forget. Fair. Fair.
He's got all the calligraphy, I think, right now.
I was like, I have a Dungeoneering's pack. I don't have paper. I know Riven has paper, though. I'm stealing Riven's paper.
I have a bunch of assorted journals, but I don't have any free papers, sadly. So,
I was about to say, oh yeah, I have that. Someone's already pulling it out of my backpack. I'm like, fuck. She probably even knows where I keep
Yeah.
it stored because
Oh,
she's
yeah.
seen me pull it out enough. So,
probably.
But she goes ahead and she takes it. The table that's like next to the bed, with like a lantern on it. She goes ahead and starts writing down. And she hands you back the note. Just like she signed it and everything. Just like general gist of just like, I require a wash basin and buckets to go ahead and clean off the travel or the filth and grime from travel. I have sent my slave in my stead. Please provide him with this.
Instead
Read
of
smile.
please, provide him with this. It's literally just, you will provide him with this.
Oh god.
I mean, They haven't been mean to us.
Yeah. You don't have to start pushing it. That all depends, because again, if she wants to be seen as a person of the people, at least a bit, she
Oh yeah,
she
no,
can
no.
have her moments of rudeness to specific people. This
Yeah, no, no.
innkeeper's done nothing.
Let them be dicks first, then we
Yeah.
get to be dicks back.
Yeah. It's treat
I
how
know,
you
I
would
know.
want to be treated on that.
Yeah, it's
scenario.
it's cause and reaction. You have to. If they go ahead and they start being dicks to me, Reen just suddenly finds out that how hard a human skull is against wood planking.
You can already test that already. I have a skull you can test it with. In my bag.
But the
Alright.
flesh provides initial impact and makes funny noise go clink.
Makes funny noise. Go.
I think it makes it more squishy.
This is a conversation that's happening right now. Alrighty then. So,
Meanwhile, when Reen reaches into his bag, just smirking, your bag, our bag.
It's
Rookie
our
God.
bag.
Welcome to the community.
fucking Christ.
Our house. In the middle of our house.
Okie doke.
So yeah, she goes ahead and she hands you the note there, Riven. After giving it a quick moment to let the ink dry.
Mm.
Well, I say a quick moment to let the ink dry. Prestidigitation sure does make that a quick moment.
Yep.
She hands it over to you and just like, okay, go ahead. Once you get it, or once you get them, you'll have to bring them back up here and then take 2 of the buckets to go get some water. To go, air quotes, get some water.
Well,
You
see,
hear the clang of a guard's helmet meet a bucket out in the distance.
if I go by myself, I will be expected to be returned fairly quickly with that water. If I don't return quickly,
Well, yeah, I guess I could act as a decoy for that one and actually take the 2 buckets out and actually fill them with real water.
Levy just kind of sighs, just kind of looks over to you, just like, if you need a potentially faster solution, she kind of outstretches her hand, just like, give me your hand real quick.
okay.
She goes ahead, she grabs your hand, and you feel some kind of magical energy, and you watch a rune kind of snake across her hand and go onto you.
Okay.
Pour some magic into that. It's create water.
Alrighty then.
I don't get to use my runes very often, so you know.
All right. You know, if that's the way it works. All right. So I go out.
That's fun.
I come back with basin and pails. I go out again to fetch water. I take that time to go to the black market, the market. I get information I can. Fill the water. Is there anything else I should be looking for or asking about other than just general information about what's the hell's going on in this town?
The only other thing that I noticed that is odd, even with the quarantine in place, is the excessive number of guards. This town doesn't have that many normally.
So there's something incredibly valuable here or dangerous.
One of the two.
Or there's a VIP that's lurking about.
That's
Could be.
valuable. Or dangerous. Sometimes both.
I mean, I'm
VIPs tend
valuable
to be
and
both.
dangerous.
All right. Well, I best get to it then. Good luck, everyone.
Pepper just thinks, how sneaky beaky could a Yoon be? Miss Snake in the clouds peering down.
Snake is snake.
Snake is snake. Got it. Great, you turned my
That's
brain
just
cells
Dave.
off.
God damn it. It's just going to be gremlin energy all night tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
I was gonna say, hey, wait a minute. On the note of the snake, Pepper, you can use the snake to look through its eyes.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. However, it's not. It doesn't really have any sneak abilities, so it's not very hidden. But it is a wind snake, so it could probably, if it is not seen and makes it up to the clouds, can hide among the clouds real easily to
It-
peer down and watch.
Yeah,
Yes.
considering it, I mean, I imagine it's partially translucent by nature, so just floating through the night sky, unless someone's really paying attention, they may not just not see it.
I mean,
this-
human eyes will see fuck all at night once it's outside in the sky.
There's a snake in
Yeah.
the grass, and now there's a bullet in your ass.
What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take another note, and I am going to leave before we
Okay.
tangent some more.
Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll wait until it gets darker to send Yoon to also head into the clouds and
Yep.
kind of hide out for now.
So, Riven, you go ahead and take the note, and you go ahead. You get to the innkeeper, and you kind of hand her the note. She takes a moment to read over it. She rings the bell, and the lizard folk and kobold come up. And she just goes ahead and tells them, I need you to bring a wash basin and some buckets. The two of them kind of nod and scamper off. Coming back a couple minutes later with a wash basin and buckets.
Pardon my asking, but the best way to acquire water currently?
Unfortunately, it's a little ways away from here. It's on the other side of town because that's where the militia force that's been bringing in the water has stationed themselves. I imagine your lady will provide you with a note to go and get the water from them.
Thank you. At which point I will go with the helpers back up to the room.
Yeah, for the rest of you, after a moment, you hear footsteps approach the door. The door opens, and Riven, accompanied by the two individuals, or by the two other slaves, go ahead and bring in the wash basin and the buckets.
While the helpers are still there, I will say, my Lady Briarleaf, I do wish to inform you, I may be gone for a while. I was told by the innkeeper that the only usable water source is on the other side of the town. Apparently there's a militia group that has it secured there that is regularly bringing in shipments of water. So it may
Enjoy.
be a while before I may return. I apologize for any inconvenience this causes you in our evening.
Oh, joy. Well, I suppose it'll be a while longer before I'm able to clean off. Very well. I'll make sure to write you a note.
Thank
She
you,
kind
my
of looks.
lady.
She kind of looks over to Rain again, just like, fetch me more paper.
I go into Riffin's backpack and get more paper.
It's just like the lizard folk and the kobold are just watching this as they're putting the stuff down.
Yep. They say nothing.
But I figured it would probably have been the smartest time to drop the name just to start getting the rumor mill turning.
And after they go ahead and set them all down, or set everything down, they go ahead and they bow to Levy and then exit the room once more.
Aw.
Okay.
Aw.
Hmm.
Levy just kind of looks over to you and it's just like, odds are they've been
Disciplined a lot, probably.
disciplined, conditioned, one of the two.
Sad kobold noises.
One of the things that we need to work on.
Levy just kind of sighs, just like, I wonder how long until Lops has that prototype available.
Mm-hmm.
That's neither here nor there. We definitely don't want to attract that kind of attention just yet.
Well, do we want to go ahead and check in on Lops before we go ahead and go out on this escapade?
You need to tell us to be careful about it. Only to do
Yeah.
it in places where we are guaranteed that nobody can be watching or listening in.
And
Yeah.
I don't think this room is that.
Yeah. I don't think this town is that right now until we at least know more information.
Yeah. Anyways, she goes ahead and she finishes writing up the note. Here you go. Oh,
Alright.
actually, hang on a second. Something that I need to do here. How was it? She kind of flips the note over. She kind of holds her hand over it for a moment. I think it was technically prestidigitation. She goes ahead and she casts it. She casts something similar to prestidigitation, and it seems to put a family crest on there. Still in black ink, but you can see it looks like a rose in brambles. There you go. Now it looks official.
Alright. I will carefully take the parchment and stow it where I need to. I will take the 2 buckets and I will head on out. The second I get out of the inn, I'm going to keep my wits about me. I'm going to head down the path that would go to the other side of town where the militia is. But I am going to kind of nip down an alley like I'm trying to take a shortcut. And that's when I'm going to go ahead and make myself very scarce as I make my way to the black market hub to go ahead and get there. Do I need to roll? Do I to look like I'm going down the alley for the sake of trying to take a shortcut? Would that be deception, or would you prefer stealth?
We'll call it deception. 2 reasons.
Okay. And I'm assuming I have eyes on me. Wow, that is 1 away from a crit.
I was gonna say deception for 2 reasons. One, you are traveling with 2 buckets and a note that is bearing a sigil, or a crest rather. So
Yeah.
it does look official.
Mhm.
And obviously, people will have acknowledged. Anybody who has seen you will have acknowledged that you are just coming into town.
Yeah.
Secondly, you're a slave, and anybody who is keeping eyes on you would be either guards or, more than likely, other slaves.
So noble with a sizable retinue comes into town, immediately goes in, and immediately a slave is set out with buckets, clearly to fetch water. I think that the fact that they're letting a slave out unattended either shows either faith in the slave or that she's got enough. If she loses this one, it's not a big deal.
Yep.
Depending on the type of noble she is, which...
Oh, also, key thing, she would have given you a few gold in case they require, let's say, a bribe for the information.
Alright. Should I just put like 2 gold on my inventory? Temporarily?
Yep.
Alright.
But, moving down this alley, as you sort of go about it, you're carefully paying attention to everything kind of around you without making it seem obvious that you're looking around. You
Mm.
do notice that there were a couple of people looking, like, kind of eyeing you, both in guard uniforms. But you, with that deception roll, you make it very obvious that you're, like, kind of stumbling around town trying to find your way, as if you've been given vague instructions, and it's like, okay, he just doesn't know where he's going.
Mm.
Instead of, why is he heading down this alley that the guards may or may not have some suspicion of. But you're able to make it through, and you do find an entrance to the to this building, more or less.
Mm.
Entrance kind of hidden around, or you go into this little alley, and there is like another little offshoot, kind of like goes to a dead end, and there is another doorway there.
Mm.
Out of prying eyes.
Absolutely, because going in and out of the said location, that would be telling. Go ahead and pull out my best thieves' can't knock to basically let them know that information brokers in town. See if they're open for business. Basically, inquiring if they're open for business. Wouldn't announce myself just yet, but just a knock to inquire.
As you sort of knock on the door and try to get this information, you do hear another voice on the other side. It's like, who sent you?
Who sent me? How do I reply to that? How do I reply to that? Inquiring minds seeking information. Any more than that would be telling. Persuasion check?
Persuasion.
Bam.
On the other side of the door, you can kind of hear it tapping. All right. You hear several locks kind of come undone, and then the door opens up. Get in here before we change our mind.
Quickly inside.
As soon as you're in, they shut the door behind you, resetting the locks. So you need information, huh?
New into town, I will only be passing through, likely, but too much doesn't make sense. So, want to know what's going on and what way that I can apply my trade in this town that is going to cause the least problem for those already working in the town.
The individual kind of turns around, and you are able to see that they are a half-elf. They kind of let out a laugh, and they're just like, well, information comes at a cost.
Yes, of course. But someone bumbling around the town that is ill-informed causes a different cost to happen.
Yeah.
Do you need me to roll another persuasion check? I mean, if I don't have to spend the 2 gold, then I don't. But at the same time...
He goes, yeah, what kind of information are you after? Ask your questions, I'll determine the price.
Fair enough. High guard present, meaning that there's either something valuable or dangerous in the town, or both. Why?
Yeah, that is some pretty dangerous information to know.
Okay. We'll just put a pin in that one now. Water situation. How bad is it really?
It's give you the general. Pretty bad. A couple gold for that. Couple gold,
Okay.
and I can answer your questions in more detail.
All right.
Unless, of course, you've got information of your own.
That is potential that I could do. Definitely. Oh. How valuable is information on nobility in these parts?
Depends on who you're looking into.
It's more of me putting information out there. How valuable would you find it? Long lost daughter returning home.
That could be pretty valuable information, actually. Something tells me I have an inkling of who it is. That, younger noble lady you, flew in here with.
I could confirm a name.
Alright, I'll cut it down to a gold, and you give me that name.
So, bargain is information on the guards, situation for the water, get gold in a name, and why you were caught off unawares and had to desperately move guild location.
He kind of takes a moment, just like, eh. He stretches out his hand. I'll take the deal.
I'll hand him the gold.
He goes ahead and
Abigail Briarleaf.
House Brightleaf, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. My sources have told me that place has been flooded for the past few months. And, well, somewhat ties into the situation going on with the water.
Really? How so?
Well, the advent of that lake, well, it is still a few weeks away, or I say a few weeks if you're walking,
Mm-hmm.
about a week on horseback. But, the town's river was, starting to dry up. You haven't had a good rain in a while, and, you decided to go ahead and divert some effort to channel some of that, or dig a channel for that lake water to start going through the river. And it was fine for the first few months, or first couple of months. But about a month and a half ago, something happened. Water started getting people sick. And our town more or less had to, the town had to more or less call an emergency not to drink the water. No sooner do we call that emergency, did some rich folks' private military come in here. The water, almost as if they knew.
Or if it was set up as a way to control the town, maybe?
It's possible. Unfortunately, before me and my colleagues could dig too much into that, that militia more or less raided our main base of operation. A couple of our people got caught, and those who didn't, we've been sticking to the shadows and hiding in our safe houses for the time being.
You didn't have anybody in the town guard that could give you a heads up ahead of time?
They seem to vanish almost at the same time that the militia whirled in. It's possible they were either caught out or caught out, potentially arrested under that militia force. Which, if that had happened, we would have noticed.
Mm-hmm.
They might have gotten moved to a new town, which, if that had happened, they'd have given us notice.
Mm-hmm.
Or they got
Had to
bought
be
out.
So we have someone that's either got a heavy coin purse or was quickly able to disappear them the second they were revealed.
Something along those lines.
So
See why
again,
dangerous information.
yeah. So increased guard presence for reasons that were either dangerous, valuable, likely both. All right. How much does like a guaranteed pure source of water valued?
Well, the water that they're bringing in, the clean water, it's well, we'll say gold for a barrel.
Gold for a barrel.
It's no small barrel, mind you. What is it? Some a typical barrel, somewhat like 40 gallons, somewhere around there.
I'll look around the house a little bit. You got an empty barrel here that's cleaned out?
I got a couple. And kind of gestures over towards what what is more or less a we'll say miniature kitchen, i.e., stove and some cupboards, and you can see a couple of barrels.
Okay. I'll go ahead and walk over to the barrel. Do you have any connections with the other guilds deeper in towards Briarleaf land?
Well, that land's all flooded. Not many people left there.
But surrounding towns.
The surrounding towns I got some contacts.
I'll
can
go
reach
ahead.
out.
I'll go ahead and put my hand over on the empty barrels. I'm literally going to make the show of activating the room and filling it with the clean water.
With the way that create water creates up to 10 gallons of clean water in an open container. Levy's rune, however, it is able to fill one of the barrels more or less to full.
That's what I was counting on. Let's just call that a gift from Lady Briarleaf.
The half-elf lets out a whistle. Fancy magic you got there.
Not mine. Borrowed from her. If, say, other market dealers are made aware that she's willing to help those in need, she might appreciate it. Maybe towns we visit will get more water coming to them too. If you feel me.
You kind
I
of
know.
It's just like, I get what you're saying. Alright, I can pass along a message. Let them know about you and yours.
Trying to make sure that everybody has a fair shake.
Just, if you wind up in the capital, just be mindful which guilds you wind up working with.
Who
Some
should I
of
be?
them- No, there's a few of them that are working in the... Well, I say working. A few of them that got the... We'll say either the nobles in their pocket or are in the nobles' pockets, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But he kind of gestures. It's like he saw the sign that I had to, we'll say, haphazardly put on the building outside, and that's our guild. That's my guild. Guild I'm part
Yeah.
of, anyways. I'm not really a leader here, but
Understandable. If there were a particular call sign that I would use just to confirm, I'm talking to somebody from a reputable guild and is not just bought and sold. What would I want to utilize? Do you have any sort of handshake sign, call sign that I should be aware of?
not really a call sign, more a note that needs to be passed. But he kind of takes a moment. He goes ahead. He pulls out a slip of paper, and on it you can see an Ouroboros is drawn. Replicate it if you need to, but generally speaking, you see our signs. Slip that under the door, and we'll know that you are in with us.
It is appreciated. I better make my way down to the militia to actually make a show of actually retrieving water that I don't need.
Magic's like that.
It's valuable to know who has the power. And hopefully we get to the bottom of the lake and the problems it's causing, and everyone can have as much water as they need without having to pay gold to a noble.
Yeah. Just be wary of that militia, like I said. They seem to have eyes outside of the guards too, so be mindful who you talk to.
Well, here's hoping that we both only talk to the right people then. And then I'll head towards the door to slip back out.
Basically, as far as we're concerned, this meeting never happened.
Understood.
As far as I'm aware, if we get caught, you're blind and I'm deaf.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And I will head out and head to wander the alleys a bit, go ahead and get nice, good, and lost, but then pop out onto the main street again with the buckets on the other side of town, near where I was supposed to go anyways. You know, keep the deception going that I was just trying to take a shortcut.
Got lost.
Got myself good and lost, which would account for the missing time.
Yep. Alright. You make your way through town. Obviously, you're paying attention to what all you can see on the roads as you go through. And you do eventually make your way. You do see signs pointing towards more or less where to pick up water. And once you get there, you do see what is more or less a few carriages that are all like under heavy guard, with a few barrels outside, and there do seem to be a couple of people that are buying water more or less at this time. As you sort of approach, one of the individuals guarding it, an elf, just kind of looks at you with disdain.
I pull out the writ. I pull out a gold. And I set down the 2 buckets.
He
I
takes
I know that a whole barrel is worth a gold. I'm trying to see if he's going to go ahead and offer me a barrel to take back, or if he's going to take the gold and just fill the
Real.
2 buckets. I'm doing a corruption test right now.
He takes the writ from you. He kind of obvious. I imagine that you hand it to him with the crest facing forward, so he sees that first.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Kind of takes it out of your hand. He flips it over to read it, and looks at the gold in your hand. He goes ahead, takes it. He looks at you just like, now how's your lady plan on getting the barrel back?
Oh, yes. This barrel?
Yeah, this one.
I'll literally open my bag of holding and just pick it up.
Huh. Lady's real trusting of you. All right. Well, be on your way.
Pick the buckets back up, and I'm gone.
Settle off.
The very least, the very least, the one you spoke to isn't corrupt.
Yep. I see there's a side story B going on too.
Yep.
Yeah,
there's a bee-
we're
there's
just
a bee-
carving a skull here. We're just having fun. Don't mind us.
There's a B story going on.
Yeah,
We enjoy
hey, we
these.
I love
gotta
that
meander
that-
ourselves on this.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, and because I don't have to be cautious of the water because it's in a bag of holding. It's just like, how do I go ahead and make a noble look like she's worth her salt when her crest gets presented? Her charge had the exact amount of money they should have for what they were wanting to purchase, and getting it back was a non-issue. So, yeah, is it trust or is it just blatant luxury? Depends on the eye of the beholder there. But I'm assuming that I could make really good time getting back to the inn.
Yep. You are not weighed down by a heavy-ass barrel.
Yeah, and my bag of holding was basically empty. So I'm like, I mean, the only thing I've ever put in there, I think, were the 3 golem cores, and those I think were still being worked on at Lops's shop. So I don't even have those in there right now.
Yeah, no, those were all
Let's
handed
see.
on over to him.
Somewhere
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
astral sea, somebody sees a barrel pop into existence.
Barrel.
Mhm.
But I figured having an entire barrel of what they're selling to the people, if Pepper's going out to get a sample of river water later, that is good. I will say though, anything that I saw about the militia that looks like, family crest, noble houses, any markings that gives any sort of sign to the nature of the militia.
Yes.
Okay.
The militia did have what appeared to be some kind of crest on it.
Okay.
How can I best describe this?
Was the crest on the barrels that they were selling the water out of too?
The crest is on the barrels too.
Good.
Which this will be very important in a minute. So you know what? We'll just go back to the thing, and I can give the description once you get back.
Okay.
So you get back to the inn, and you go ahead and head back up to the room. You're not impeded or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And you get back to the room. You come back in. Pepper and Reen are just like,
Pepper sitting on Reen's lap, and the two of them are carving a skull.
There are
Let me-
bone
let-
chippings on the floor.
Lovey is watching and just like his odd sense of fascination at this happening.
You have druidic symbols on one side and a bunch of
And a bunch of
whatever
fucking
reason.
thieves can on the other.
And Dia,
You know,
we'll say Dia is meditating, and Zalera is just like Zalera is next to Reen.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
you're probably using
there is
Zalera as a
going to
backrest.
be. There is going to be. If we leave that skull anywhere, people are going to think there's going to be a druidic murder cult that is working with rogues to assassinate people for ritual purposes. I'm sorry.
Huh?
But
Oh,
Do you- hey,
it goes
do you
even
have-
deeper than that. If they can figure out the forensics of it, this is a hypercharged skull. She's nuts.
I was
A
gonna
what?
also. I was also gonna say.
I picked this
Uh,
up from the ruins of the hypercharge that we were at.
Yep.
I was also gonna say, if we go ahead and if we dig into the cranium a little bit, we can embed it with a gem, make it look like a lich's skull.
there is going to be someone that finds this, and immediately there is going to be some wizard that is going to spend years trying to
Trying to
understand the nature of this arcane artifact, only to find out it was a prank by a couple friends that were just having a
He's just
lol.
like, I don't get it. What cult did this? Where did this come from? Whose skull is this? Why? I've been doing this for years. Eventually, somehow gets access to a wish, wishes to know what the fuck happened. Yeah, it was a kobold.
it was a
and a
kobold
dragon.
and a half dragon, just having fun in our room.
Good God. They're gonna really enjoy the expense they paid for that particular wish, I'm sure. So I will take the bag of
cast-
holding, and
Simulacrum.
I'm going to unveil the barrel of water. So, information time.
Reen, you recognize the sigil, or you recognize this crest.
Oreen recognizes this crest.
Yes, it's the crest of House Morngol.
You can almost see a fervent bloodlust.
If Pepper
That's-
wasn't holding the skull, it would have been shattered.
Oh, 100%. Pepper, you feel physically warm all of a sudden.
Self-heating seat. Wee.
So, information time.
Where did you get
Apparent. I will get there. I can see
that?
the look.
Where?
The militia.
Fair.
You
Understood. Just go.
okay? So, the black market basically let me know that shortly after a certain flood occurred, that a while later people were starting to get sick from the rivers that run through the area, and quickly certain nobility moved in with their militia. This nobility was well informed enough to remove contacts the black market had in the city without any chance of those contacts letting the black marketers know, either by removement of head or given of coin. I don't know, but the people that would have kept the black market in the know never got the opportunity one way or another to let them know. That's why they had to move suddenly to their new office. So we have that to go on. The second thing is, it is 1 full gold for a barrel. The person I talked to at the militia base that's selling the gold seems selling the barrels seems to be legit, because I checked the price. 1 gold per barrel was what the black marketers know as well. So I did spend the 2 gold, 1 with the black marker, 1 for the barrel itself, to get more information, I did let them know that Abigail Briarleaf has returned to the lands. And I used the rune you gave me and in one of the black market's empty barrels to gift them a free barrel of clean water so they could see your ladyship as a potential ally more than anything else. And the Black Market Guild, and I'll present the Ouroboros symbol. This particular guild will hopefully be more helpful to us in the future. So, making ties where I can.
Okay.
Am I leaving anything out delayed that was given? Any
No,
major?
that's general gist of it.
Yeah. As
for
far
the
as go
Continue.
ahead. All of the militia that I saw had, and I'm going to tap the marking that's on the barrel, had this market on it. So I'm assuming since you recognize this marking, you know what noble house has basically cornered the water market for this small town.
Poisoned the water supply, paid off the guards, killed whoever didn't listen, and then went ahead and is now trying to sit pretty on excluding subsidies for relief efforts. Yes, that sounds very much like him. Going ahead and getting as many people sick so that way he can go ahead and get them feeling better to earn favor. Therefore, and then going ahead and anybody who doesn't go ahead and take kindly to be getting sick in the first place, auctioning them off whether or not it's legal.
Got it. So I take it the water we just purchased we should test before we use it for anything.
Yeah. I would definitely say usually it's laced with it. Usually anything he produces or gets his hands on is laced with some type of sedative drug or
Addictive substance.
Yes. I'm not happy seeing that he's in town.
We don't know that he's in town. We just know that he has a projection of force in town to make money off the town.
I'm aware. I'm not happy that his influence is here.
It sounds more like you're not happy that he's still drawing breath.
I'm not happy.
Well, maybe our investigation might make you feel a little better.
If I had it my way, I'd wipe them out here and now, but that would only draw further
If
attention.
they are poisoning it, and we catch whoever's doing it, and you're out then and there. Eh?
This is probably one of his ministers. The guards shouldn't be much to worry about. They're usually just there to look pretty. They're not usually well trained.
At least I can tell you the one that I had dealings with to go ahead and get the barrel of water was definitely legit. As far as I presented the writ, I presented the gold.
He's doing his job.
And he's just doing his job. So I gave him the opportunity to only give me the 2 buckets worth of water for the gold. He didn't bite. So the leadership might be corrupt, but the militia themselves might just be there to collect a paycheck.
That's my thoughts exactly. I'm not everyone under his banner is guilty. He himself is what I'm after.
Cut the head of the serpent off. The body doesn't need to suffer. But we are in Lady Briarleaf's territory here.
How do you feel about all this, Levy? What's your thoughts?
I feel like I remember my parents mentioning something about him. I'm trying to see if I can recall what that was.
He liked to call himself Emperor Morningle of the People.
I don't have any memory drugs on me. Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. His influence hadn't quite reached our lands, we'll say. But
I'll go over to the wood stove and I'm gonna basically start firing it up.
all I can remember is I don't remember my parents talking too fondly of him. I don't know what their actor. I can't remember what they said about him right now, though.
He's a scoundrel and a fiend.
They weren't very big fans of him, from what I can remember. At least in tone.
Well, from what Reen says, it sounds like he makes a problem to then solve to make himself look better. So, yeah, probably a bit of an asshole.
Well, right now it seems like people are linking the poisoning of water supply to the flooding, which I think was a convenient cover, but the black market in this town, because they got caught so off guard, they really didn't have a lot of information to offer. Again, their inside man into the guard just suddenly stopped communicating with them for one reason or another.
Has the likeliness of them being alive is lackluster at best.
Depends on if he was cheap enough. If it's cheaper to be bribed than disposing of the body, you know.
He's not one. He's not one to go ahead and go for cheapity. He's very much someone who will go ahead and
doesn't like to share wealth.
He likes to flaunt it and not share it. And he'll push it so far up your nose that it'll give you a headache in the morning.
I mean, my logic on it would be if they're easy to get on your side, it's probably because they're easy to get on anyone's side. It's a flaw. Or just eat them.
I'm never gonna get used to the idea of eating someone. Well, maybe not in that way.
I wouldn't actually go ahead and eat him. He probably has too much narcotics in his system.
Oh boy.
He's also one not to get his own hands dirty.
That's okay. Tonight
He's
we'll travel up the river and see what's up. Oh, we're being too loud.
Levy's just like, no. Well, the fire burning, it might be a bit more difficult for people to hear us, but definitely
not. Oh, that had the sound of the claws on the skull.
You hear the raking of claws against bone. Very interesting to know what's going on in that room at this point.
You know. Definitely some confusing noises if somebody was listening in.
So,
how dark is it outside right now?
With the snow coming down, it's and with it being closer to night, it's almost, we'll say, sundown. With the cloud cover, that means that it is getting pretty dark.
Okay. Probably wait like maybe half an hour to an hour more, and then set you up into the sky.
Give it about an hour and a half, yeah. I don't know these lands, but Time is
Do
still
we
time.
do we stay long enough to rat out the influence of this noble
We can-
house in this land?
We can weaken his power base. That might help us in the long run. It might help me in the long run.
But it
And
also might set him, make it clear to him that our liege lord might be an enemy, depending on how we handle it.
Definitely don't like that he's also seeming to mess around in my lands. If he is corrupting the water flow coming from that lake.
well, putting you in opposition with him could garner you favor with other nobles who do not like him for his strong arming.
That is a distinct possibility. We'd make allies of his enemies. And you know what they say about that.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Or, if you lived a life like we do, the enemy of my enemy is an enemy that is
Soon to
better
be
kept
dead.
close. Is better to be kept close and discarded later.
I'd rather somebody who's just a political dickbag rather than somebody who's, a murdery political dickbag.
Well, for a lot
One
of
le-
for a lot of them, that just kind of comes with the territory, unfortunately. But she just kind of Levy just kind of shrugs.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I'm going to station myself outside the door for a little while, until you give me the signal to get going.
Levy just kind of nods.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna wash, we probably should let you have your privacy.
From what I've seen, there's a washroom, or washroom, effectively a water closet.
Well, if you need, as I said, it's my job to go ahead and keep an eye on things outside. So if you go to the washroom, I'll make sure that nobody disturbs you. And it's better to make a show of things, as you said.
Yes. Obviously, I can just. She snaps her fingers and prestidigitations away the dirt. Do
Yeah,
that.
but the warm water might feel nice.
Warm water would feel nice. It's been a while since I've had a proper soak.
Thumbs up.
And-
We'll test the barrel's waters for now, and then. Actually, if we can just if we could just dump the barrel and then just get you to put water in it.
That's where the buckets come in.
Well, whether you need help or if you need, I'll be outside, and I'll go ahead and station myself just outside, and keep an eye out for any listening, watchful eyes or listening ears. Just do keep in mind. I was just gonna say, do keep in mind that is the wrong thing. Hi, Ruby. My passive perception is 18.
Yep. Yeah. Obviously, keep in watch. You don't really see anything. I mean, you can roll a perception check if you would like to, but that's basically just if you don't roll any higher than your passive perception, then that's what we'd be going off of.
Yeah, fuck it. Well, I'll give it a shot. Why not? I rolled 2 higher.
Yep. Right.
Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn the fan off. It's getting too cold in here.
My heater just kicked on, so I'm actually gonna have to take my robe off. Do I see any indications that there would be an attic, like attic access to the in the hallway? Pull string hatch, anything?
Yeah, you can see a spot that seems to lead up to an attic of some sorts.
Okay. Pepper beating me because I rolled a 3.
I rolled pretty low too. No, I didn't. I rolled near max. But anyway. You know, a 19's a 19. It's pretty good, but I'm keeping an eye out the windows still, so. Since the buildings are close to each other, you never know when somebody could be peeking from the other window, from the other buildings.
My thoughts
or whatnot.
exactly, because I'm also wondering about ladder access to the attic, because I'm like, what if there's somebody upstairs listening into conversations?
But who knows how much they'd go in just for some new noble who's just here. So.
Well, new noble means new information, and new information gathered is a liability that can be sold to any lord, lady, or black
Very
marketeer.
true. Very true. They need to send somebody to steal your cookies.
Exactly. So, somebody's always trying to steal your information. Mux.
I'm sorry. What did I come back to?
Nothing.
Don't worry about it.
See, the funny thing is, there was a rant about a certain person in my early morning stream regarding, people faking PoE accounts. So, the fact that he's shown up
He's done
twice
that
today,
before, though. He's done that
I mean, if I had a nickel for it, I don't only have 2 nickels, but it's funny that it's happened twice.
He's did the same thing with Diablo. It's whatever, man. He tries to pretend he's a gamer.
Okay.
I'm hip with the youth. I'm clogging it.
Yeah, clogging your fucking brain up with bullshit. The best you can do is fucking clog a toilet, you fucking dense mother. Anyway.
There's some fire.
Anyways.
I still like that I rolled a 3 and still got 20.
You rolled a 12.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh yeah, 12,
Yeah,
3, 5, yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I rolled 12.
So, yeah, after about an hour, Levy goes ahead and emerges in fine clothing. And she goes ahead and kind of gestures, just like, all right, go ahead and go about what you're gonna do. To you, Pepper, and you can hear her say, Reen, you can hear her say this as well from the other side of the door.
Before she even comes out... Oh, I rolled low.
That time
Can I
you rolled 5.
Can I roll? Can I try again?
Try again. You have.
I mean,
you have.
I was gonna say you're going into.
inspiration.
You have inspiration, but also darkness and skulker feet. You'd have advantage on the stealth check.
Oh, here. Then let me just Beppus. Hey, she doesn't even notice. Nobody even notices I'm fucking.
I mean,
there.
technically it's the 29, but even still, that's absurd. So yeah.
Yeah. Anywho,
There was
we go.
no sign I was even there.
But wee.
I'm assuming that we were given an evening meal, right?
Yep.
As part of our room and board.
Food has been brought up by the lizard folk.
Mm-hmm. I will make a show of receiving the food and setting up a plate for Levy while they are still there until they leave. Given what we know, do you think someone should test the food before you eat any of it?
I would definitely say test the food with chemical ingredients or whatnot, or for anything like laced in it. Yeah.
Levy just kind of looks at you, just like, guy. I feel like you guys tend to forget that, you know. I know
Friends
you're
first.
I was gonna say, I know purify food and drink.
Safety for friend. Always cast it.
Yeah,
Just not.
exactly. Exactly. Always cast that and just do that. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I will
So
spend
I
a
would
wild
be
shape.
just so we're aware. I would go ahead and I'd leave after Levy's done washing up and she's returned to the safety of the room.
But Levy's just like, all right. It looks like it's mostly food for me, and you can kind of tell that there's a very much more like lavish meal set out for her compared to like just some simple like bread and
Probably bread and
basic like
soup.
yeah.
Yeah. She gets fruit and shit. We get a stale loaf of bread and some gruel.
Hell
Yep.
yeah, bread and gruel. Yum, 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 yum.
Christ.
She just
I
kind of
honest-
looks over. I was
I
gonna say
love
she
it.
just kind of
Go ahead.
she looks over to you two and just like, I mean, I'm not gonna be able to eat all of this.
I'll take an apple for the road. Huck it at somebody's
That'd be-
fucking head.
Levy kind of tosses it to you.
I'm gonna find so many yummy bugs.
If the water is poisoned, the bugs just drink from that water.
Yeah. Well, the amount of poison in them would be very negligible. Unless I ate a lot of them. Okay, I'll eat some of the bread. Yum, yum.
You also have to remember, we also do have our own travel rations that we've had on us.
Yeah. We have our own food too at times when we need it.
Yeah.
Alright, so I have 4 hours of being a bat. Let's go.
Alrighty.
And I disappear like a wisp on the wind.
Yep. So
I can't keep track of you. Well, actually, bats have blind sight, so maybe I might be able to ping you every now and then. But that's about it. I'd have to be near you to do that, though. So. Yeah, they have blind sight 60 feet, so if you're ever within that when I'm doing the echolocation blind sight stuff, it should be fine.
Okay. So, all of you slip out in your various different disguises, except for Reen, who is her disguise is the darkness.
I am the night.
I am vengeance.
Oh, I get the feeling definitely somebody is probably dying tonight that has that insignia. If it's not one of the militia boys, probably anyone of any rank, a little bit above just basic militia if she could find them.
Well,
get
I
my-
mean, that would be a good way for us to get information. Find someone that is high in rank that is in charge that will be
My thoughts
answering
exactly.
questions.
My
You
thoughts
know?
exactly.
But there is no way that Reen's bloodlust is gonna let them stay alive if they're in the know.
I'm hoping that someone did go ahead and take one of the buckets to be able to get some of the actual river water so we could test to figure out if there is.
Oh yeah, no, I would have
Any-
taken one with me.
Okay.
I'm surveillance, well, from above. And keep
Basically,
out for
I
odd
would
things.
I'll drop off the bucket somewhere near the river and basically make my way over to where Riven said the militia cart was. Scout it out, see if I see anybody that's of higher rank, and then locate, interrogate, and if at all I have to, kill.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, ew, bot. Boop.
Oh, did we get a bot in chat?
Yeah, I got one in mind.
Not me. I have butt protection.
Boy,
You have
booty.
butt protection?
Hey,
Butt
hey.
protection.
Yeah, got that butt on the chair. They can't come near it. Butt protection. My ass is just on a wooden chair. A wooden dining chair. This is why I'm here to steal chairs.
Oh, then you might actually like mine. Mine doesn't have any cushion left, but I mean, it's got more cushion than a fucking dining chair. Jesus.
Yeah. Ah, old dining chairs served me well for the past 4 years.
Alright.
But yeah,
It's the
do-
same. My tailbone is obliterated.
Okay.
Go ahead, Deloitte.
So, who is going to look into, or who's going to look into what?
I'm looking into water and the militia group.
Okay.
And I will most likely be scouting along the riverways and maybe seeing if I can catch anything of intrigue along the waterways. So I'm doing a
See-
more large-scale scan since I can fly about.
Yeah, basically go upriver and see if there's any
Yeah.
people contaminating the water.
Yep. See what sort of, if there's some sort of operation up there that's being hidden off from others.
Go ahead. Actually, Reen, go ahead and roll me perception. We're keeping obviously we're rolling off of your stealth for this, but just roll me perception.
Yeah, biggity buggity bitty 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 bitty. My passive is higher, but 17 is not bad.
Okay. As you're kind of making your way through town, sticking to the shadows, you do note somebody seems to slip down the alleyway towards the basically heading into the same little black market shack that Riven had told you about. They do seem to be like covering their face and everything, so they seem to be, well, you're guessing that they're probably going there to do something. What that is, you don't know.
Yeah, I have a quick moment. I mean, stop by. I could stop and listen in if I have to.
Yeah, it would be a good opportunity to find out what they're doing
exactly.
with the information that I gave them.
Exactly. You know what? I can do that before I do proper head out.
So you go ahead and you head over. If your stealth, you remain undetected. Do you, whenever you go down the alley, you don't see them standing in the alley. Nor by the entrance to the door.
I'm gonna listen specifically for breaths taken, noise of movement, and I'm keeping my eyes looking around and above. If anything looks out of place, shimmering of the light, of an invisibility, the like.
Don't really have anything that let you see invisibility, but
Well, yeah, I don't have anything. I do have the the thing of solid snake allows me not to be detected by magic and allow me to be alerted if something is either hostile to me or just it's the alert. It's the alert.
Yeah. Actually, didn't you have the goggles? Didn't you?
Yes,
and
I
Riven
do.
Both have
I
the
do have a
goggles?
pair of goggles. I
So
would have been
that
keeping
let
them
you-
on.
Yeah, that would let you see an invisible person do true magic.
You made yourself invisible. That turns you into a magical halogen lamp.
It's more
But
faint.
Funny
traces.
how the thing that's disguising you is
I was gonna
actually
say-
making you easier to spot.
Faint traces can be seen. It's illusion magic. It's still hard to detect,
Oh,
but it
okay.
can be seen.
It's more like how you can notice the oddity of the Harry Potter with his cloak on in the scenes where he's shifting it around quite a bit.
I was going to say it would be a shimmering effect, more or less.
Kind of like the predator cloak. It's not exactly invisible anymore. You can see the
Yeah.
outlines as they blur the air.
Yeah, pretty much. A very thin outline of the person. So you can spot them, but it still requires perception. Higher than their stealth.
Would you like me to roll
Um,
perception again, or?
Yes.
Come on, no fucking whammies. Motherfucker. Fuck it, I'll just use I'm gonna just cap my inspiration, why not? I'm not letting
and then
this...
it rolls. And then it rolls even lower.
If it does, I'm gonna be sad.
No, it's over 10, so
Yeah,
it's over the 50%. So
Okay.
it did get better at least.
So, you go ahead. You're kind of just keeping an eye down this alley. Do you head towards the door or anything, or do you just kind of keep an eye and an ear out?
I keep an eye and an ear out. I know better than to move when a target has left my vision.
I want to double check something. What does Skulker do for you exactly?
Allows me to hide in low light and obscurity.
Oh, yeah. Light obscurity. Okay.
So it allows me to basically vanish from sight
Mm-hmm.
in low light levels and with anything obscuring.
But after a moment, you do hear the door open and close. You don't see anything at first, but you can make out the vague outline of what looks to be somebody carrying somebody else.
Yeah, that's not gonna fucking fly.
Watch it. Watch. They had just found their own informant. You busted, and they're like, "Who are you?" Ah.
And with that, then, I don't exactly have throwing knives or anything like that.
You've
But I
got
do.
you have two guns.
Oh
God! I have two guns, a short bow, weighted gloves, ice knife, my rapier, my breath, and apparently I also have a light crossbow. No, I shouldn't have the short bow anymore. I got rid of that a little while ago.
I
gave that to somebody.
Side note: I don't think you should fire a gun in the evening in a
I'm not-
militia occupied
I'm not-
town. Just gonna say
I'm-
that.
I wouldn't do that. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
No, weighted gloves, you can just knock a fool out.
Yeah, I can smack him.
Oh
with it,
yeah.
perfectly.
You know
fine.
what? Pauldron facing more or less facing forward with with dagger in hand, because I know I still have a dagger on my person. I just don't have it listed as a weapon that I'm using.
I'm also
because-
unaware of like why they're carrying this person. If you attack randomly, I mean,
Oh yeah, no, this isn't necessarily going to be an attack. This is going to be basically like, hey, stop where you're
take. Oh, knife to throat. Hey, what you doing?
What you doing there, friendo?
Ah,
Uh, nah, I fucking squish and rag them. Pew pew pew. But yeah, no. I don't know if using Mind Sliver would go ahead and cause them to drop concentration on it if it's a spell. Nah, I'll just stick to a dagger. And basically, I'm going to move on their location, grab them, and just pull. Give a slight. They're probably off balance because they're carrying another individual. So I'm going to assume that a tug at the back of their neck is going to knock them on their keister, and I'm going to brandish the knife and basically step. I'd want to probably say on their lower abdomen, or possibly even actually, the side of their pelvic bone, like right where the joint meets the leg.
Mhm.
I'm gonna step right there with a considerable amount of force, and just kind of look down and be like, just kind of give a questioning look.
I'll say go ahead and make me an attack roll just to go ahead and do this.
What would you have me roll? Would you rather me just roll off of my weighted gloves? Because I don't have the dagger listed as an actual weapon. I haven't used it as a weapon for ages, and I got rid of it at some point.
Yeah, you can go ahead and just make it with the weighted gloves.
Alright. Beppis. Wow, that's low.
though this is to an
Yeah,
Sorry,
you would
that's
have had
obviously
an
you have advantage,
advantage.
You would have advantage because you are hidden. They do not know you are here.
There.
Yeah.
Okay, well then.
Fuck the dagger.
Lord.
I'll just fucking slug him in the jaw.
God.
You go ahead and you do catch them off guard with this. They are forced to drop the individual that they are carrying. You can't tell who it is. You just can see that it is the outline of a person. However, even with this hit, they are still invisible.
Ooh, concentration
so-
save made.
That or it's an item.
True.
Well, I mean, I have their location, and I'm
Question.
pretty sure I've knocked them on their ass, so they are prone.
If they're dropping the person that they were carrying, does that mean that the individual being dropped has left the affected area of the person that is invisible, therefore it's suddenly visible now?
I made the
How-
description that they are still invisible.
Yeah. Al
Well,
did
the
say that.
person, but
No, I
Yes,
said.
Al
that-
said
Oh,
the
wait,
body
okay.
as well.
Specify that the person
Sorry.
that they dropped is still indistinguishable, as it is still just an invisible outline.
Which could also
Okay.
mean an oil.
all right. Sorry, I misunderstood when you originally said that. I was thinking you meant the person doing the carrying was still invisible.
I mean, they
Oh.
are too, but
Okay, so all right,
Both are.
that takes some.
Which means
or-
it's probably an oil then, much like a potion.
Oil potion or
I mean,
high level
I was I was going to
Yeah.
say a higher level cast of the invisibility spell.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Right. In
Can
5e, you
multiple-
target multiple people. That is fair.
Yep.
And basically, as they hit the ground and I step on them, I will quickly draw my I'm not going to use it actually. Well, I mean if it comes down to it, but I'm going to draw my my 6-shooter, place it where I can see the outline of their head is, and just push it directly on their cranium and just say, drop it. As that is me barking an order. This is not me asking them to drop it. This is me basically just whispering at them, like, drop it, or I'm just.
Forcefully.
You can hear them say something, but you don't understand the language.
Cool. I'm pistol whipping them right in the jaw.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you hear them say this, and then you feel them disappear from under your foot. You hear the sound of footsteps running across roof tiles.
Yeah.
Ooh, chase scene. I like this.
They misty stepped away from you.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, what can I do? What to do? I mean, they dropped and left the body, yeah?
Yep.
I'm gonna laugh so bad if like the half elf was just in there eating like some cup noodles and just saw this happen. He's just sitting there blinking this whole time, like
I was gonna say,
you know.
So, as a side note, Pepper. Bat Pepper.
Bat, kobold.
I had to ask this question. Are you flipping in between yours and Yoon's sight?
Generally, yes, I'm gonna be using Yoon for... Yoon is the UAV, the up above. Well, I am mid... So, yeah.
Well, you weren't necessarily able to see the interaction between Rain and this individual. Yoon is able to catch sight of... Or through Yoon's eyes, you are able to see what looks like a person running across the roofs.
Well, okay, that is a bit suspicious.
They just suddenly appeared on a roof and were running.
Well, I do not know that they are hostile to us in any way. That does seem like something of intrigue, like a unique event going on, so I may just kind of hail them from the sky a bit, yeah. Out of intrigue, I might tail this because this is odd. Why is there a person on the roofs running?
And Rain is now left in the situation of does she tail the person or does she basically grab the unconscious, or I say unconscious, the individual that is currently not moving that was dropped by them.
Yeah, because sadly, Reen and I don't have any communication with each other, so I don't know that this man was the one that she got in a fight with just now and was fleeing or anything. And she doesn't know that I'm above taking interest in this.
Yeah, the only one that would be able to handle the communication would be Zolara, and she's not been included in any of this.
Yeah. Because she would be too obvious in this, yeah.
You know what?
Popsicle sticks.
I was gonna say, I will give this. Reen can communicate with Zolera telepathically. They are close enough.
I will let Zolera know about the individual running across the rooftops, what direction they were going from the basically the black market, as we were calling it. And to keep an eye out for shimmering figures leaping across rooftops. I have a person. I have a person in my care, and I'm going to pick them up and take them into the alley where it's darker and wait for the shimmering effect to dispel.
Definitely should check vitals to make sure that it's not a corpse.
Oh yeah, no, I'm doing basic medical with where I can see outlines, checking for heartbeats, checking for breathing.
They do have a pulse. It is significantly slowed.
That's
Drugged.
poison or drugged, yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, that doesn't sound like something that somebody in this town would do. Oh, wait.
Yep. I go ahead and I am taking
And
them.
Zalera passes on the message to Riven, Levy, and Dia.
You have a hostile inbound.
Yeah.
Quite possibly have a hostile inbound.
Oh no, it's 100%. I'm going to say they're hostile.
But we don't know which direction they're going. Well, I do, but I can't pass
So
it
do
all.
I. I mean,
Well,
so do I, and I
that's
gave them a
where
direction.
I would say, Laura, is there any way for Pepper to still be in the loop with this? Does she get this information too?
Zalera shakes her head. She's too far out right now. Unfortunately, without being a larger dragon or making this my lair, there isn't really much I can do to communicate telepathically outside of distance, specific distances.
All right, well.
Even my connection with Reen at a certain distance becomes strained.
Should I go ahead and hop out for a jaunt to see if I can go and sort out what's going on? As I pull out my padded shoes.
I will let them know to where, if anybody does go after them, to put the goggles on.
It's night. I probably would have wear them regardless so I could see easier.
Levy looks over to you, Riven, and then she looks to Zalera and she's like, Zalera, tell Reen to chase. Riven can come check out the person.
Ooh, that's smart.
Levy's just like, she's got wings, right?
I have agility and wings on my side.
Yup.
You want to go for a flight, buddy?
Oh Lord! Oh no!
Tell me what I need to know. No. All right. Drops.
Drop.
What do I do next? Splat. Oops.
I was supposed to catch them, wasn't I? Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, Reen. Zalera sends that message back to you.
Immediately, I'm on it. I use a burst. I get a running start, leap into the air and take chase.
Okay, so invisibility for my ability lasts for more than an hour, and as long as I don't do an attack action, it won't
Attack or a
break.
spell. Correct.
So literally, me invisible, leave, pick person up, bring them back to our hotel room. I could do that and be invisible the entire time, right?
Yep.
All right, then that's going to be my once per day invisibility. Do you need me to roll anything as far as locating the invisible person that's tied up and restrained? Because I'm assuming I know that they're near the black market. And...
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
They're there. So. I am going to pause this music and play some other music that's a little more intense.
Oh, good God. Feisty Reen's going to get feisty.
Chase music.
Yeah.
It's music.
But yeah, do I need me to roll anything or are we just good?
You're good. With invisibility lasting an hour. It's not an attack or a spell, so picking up the person will not break your invisibility.
And I got nowhere else to take them besides back to our room unless I'm dropping them off at the black market, but that might be where they were being delivered anyways, so yeah. Back to the inn room to see if we can figure out who they are, what the situation is.
You go ahead and you bring them back. Reen.
I know I said I take flight to get to the rooftops. Basically, what I'm going to be doing is using my stealth while I'm going across rooftops, using my wing beats to get basically jump gaps. Once I'm close enough, I'm gonna full send my wings right into his back.
I was gonna say, you fly up, and you do note that they have cleared some distance. You will have to catch up with them. They aren't moving towards the inn, they just seem to be moving across the roofs at this time.
Alright, well, away I go. I'll be using my bonus action dash action the entire time, so I'm moving an average of 60 feet plus fly speed, which is 90 feet total. Until I'm right on top of him, then I'm using my action to full send my fucking body weight into his back.
Yeah. You, with that, you are able to keep up with them, and they are only barely moving slower than you as they make their run. And eventually you are able to catch up to them. And you said you're basically tackling them.
Oh yeah, full send acrobatics right into his back.
Roll it.
25.
And they rolled a 15, yep.
And I'm going, by the way, this is getting him off the rooftops and into the ground.
Oh,
Like, I am full sending him into the pavement.
let's just hope he's not got NPC health. He might be dead.
We can resuscitate him later. Dia's with us.
Oh my god!
Oh, doesn't matter. God.
And I still have the diamond worth at least 1,000 gold. So we're good. If he dies, I'll just drag his corpse back to the fucking inn.
Because that won't be the blood
Find out
trail.
this dude was just trying to go ahead and, you know,
Fuck your
Rescue
covert ops.
some-
I'm faster than you.
wow.
Yeah, you go
Like how
ahead, you
there's just a
tackle
bat
them,
in
and
the air that squeaks and just sees this fucking tackle.
I was gonna say the fucking UAV of the fucking wind snake just flying around watching this chase happen.
UAV inbound.
I was gonna say we're watching an LAPD chase sequence.
That's yeah, youth's perspective is straight up that.
Someone play the cops music.
bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when Reen tackles you?
When Reen tackles you.
And now you have a broken spine.
I hope you didn't plan on moving, dumbass. Say goodbye to your kneecaps, dumbass.
Oh god.
You tackle them to the ground, and first of all, you are able to note that they are fully concealing their face. And they are also wearing some light armor.
Fun. Claws right across the mask.
Okay. Yeah, you tear through the mask, and you are able to see through to the face. The first thing that you note, the female face.
Why
And,
were you running?
and
We fell off
basically,
of 2 stories, right?
yes.
Okay.
Oh no, they took damage.
Okay, I was just making sure.
I was gonna say the way that I saw the scene play out in my mind is you tackle them, basically throw them down to the ground, so they're prone, and then after they've landed, you came down on top of them
Yeah.
to avoid taking fall damage yourself.
Ugh. Fucking Christ.
But yeah, they are now staring at you. Their invisibility wore off as soon as, or their invisibility vanished as soon as they used Misty Step.
Bloodlust in my eyes. I'm looking for a crest on their armor.
It would be pretty conceited if they had the crest on their stealth units.
I mean,
Even stealth units need to have some form of identification.
Right,
Dog tags or crest on emblazoned somewhere.
Perception check.
Fuck.
That's good enough to see this. In the dark, you do catch a glint of their dagger. It does have the Morngol, or the crest of House Morngol.
I, wasting no time at all, not even asking questions. Reen goes ahead, takes a clawed hand, puts it around their face, and just starts fucking dragging them. Like right around their mouth, grabs onto their jaw. If she has to, she will put holes there for grip.
Ouch.
okay,
And
then.
she is dragging him back, or her back. I'm gonna let somebody
make a big scene though. Like this person's gonna scream, right? There's no way.
Oh no, I'm muffling them by holding my basically middle and ring in the mouth to keep the tongue down from screaming, and then the pinky and thumb right into their face.
So here's a fun thing. I had them roll a Constitution save.
Did they just pass out?
Yes. They rolled a natural 1.
Well, I guess that makes it a lot easier since they are not going to be trying to scream.
My question is, did they also just wet themselves too? Because
No.
Oh, okay, good. All right. I was about to say that's gonna get messy.
They're a
Depending on how
cloak and
scared they
dagger.
were in that moment.
They're
You
cloak-
feel them kind of go limp under you.
Aw, poor
dead, but
baby. Oh, poor baby. I'm gonna throw them over my shoulder and take them back to the inn.
I'm assuming very sneakily try to make your way
Oh,
back to
yeah,
the window to get them
of
in through the
course.
window.
This will require a new stealth check.
That is understandable. And
You do that at advantage, right? I believe.
Skulker, yeah.
Stalker.
Darkness. Yeah.
Let's say even.
Okay. So, all
Who
that's
gets back?
happening.
Who gets
gonna
back
say-
first?
Riven definitively gets back first.
Yeah.
Because,
Riven just had to go collect and haul back, and that's it.
Yeah. That and the slightly faster movement speed. Because Fawn,
I have 90 now.
you have a 90 movement speed.
with double dash.
Double dash and
Dude,
and
you're
wing
Mario
speed.
Karting? Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. Dash is a bonus action and is an action.
Okay. Fucking
Yes, that is
Christ.
legitimately a thing you can do.
Yeah, the benefit of Rogue.
So, in other words, my dash action and my movement speed is 90 right now.
And Rain, if she commits both her action and bonus action, also gets 90.
I can keep up with you now.
Hi, I'm here.
Interesting.
I'm just here. I got 30. Hi, guys.
Like I said, we are agility-based characters. I don't think that's being doubted at all.
No, I'm the one who just turns into a wrecking ball. Once I catch up,
came
I
in
break
like
open
a
the
wrecking ball.
yeah.
Fucking Christ.
I stumble through the wall.
broke your knees.
Alright, I hate to say this, but my energy level just seems to be flagging here a little bit.
Let's finish this scene and then we can call it. I'd like
Yeah.
to get through this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry that I'm
Alright.
the one saying it. Normally I'm the one to be perfectly fine, but
No, you've been burning the candle at both ends. You're fine.
okay.
Your scheduling has been horrid. doing morning
Hey.
and then evenings is so
Hey, yeah.
bad for your
Yeah, I
for
am
your style.
literally the second we end this, I am just gonna go pass the fuck out.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Doing 2 streams a day is very arduous for your fucking sleep schedule, man. You are all
Yeah,
over
considering that I'm the only one that does any of the cooking in the household, and I'm taking care of Dad too. Fucking chopping firewood, hauling firewood inside the house, and everything. I'm tired. Fuck. The snow has not let up, by the way, if anybody cares.
Oh, it hasn't let up here either.
Fucking Christ.
I'm having a peaceful moment right now. The
Give it a
cold
minute.
is fucking horrid, though.
Oh
Like,
my
Oh,
god,
yeah,
it is
yeah.
we
fucking
got hit with the heavy
bad.
snow. Yeah, we got hit with the heavy snow,
yeah.
and we got cold snapped again.
Of course.
Oh.
All right, let's go.
This-
Let's do
Alright,
this.
back to the scene. So,
Yeah.
Riven, you go ahead and you get back to the inn room.
Mm-hmm.
As you as you kind of come in, Levy, Dia, and Zalera all kind of look over to you, and sort of as you pass through the door, whatever invisibility was on this person has now vanished.
Sorry.
It solves a problem for me. It was and I'm gonna let my own invisibility pop at that point. So
And you are able, you recognize this individual as the half elf who handed you the Ouroboros sigil.
and they're still unconscious, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go
As
ahead.
the invisibility fades, you actually see what looks like a small dart lodged in their neck.
He tried to do some skulking himself, and he got caught.
I'll go ahead and pull the dart out, show it to Dia and Levy and Zalara. Think they probably got drugged good, but this was the black market contact that I had just talked to. Given that they, shortly after me talking to them, were taken out, I'm going to assume that there is a potential that they were reaching out to their other contacts to pass the information along, and the agent that was used to take out the other people within the guard, probably they got enough information out of them to locate the black market of this town. Whoever this noble dude is, if he's got people basically taking out black market dealers quick and efficient, that means they got a good intelligence network to keep that going. Any news on whether or not Marine has gotten the individual that was responsible for this?
Slayer just kind of shakes her head, just like, I haven't heard anything yet.
Okay.
Oh,
Just manic mental cackling.
you just hear Zalera would hear probably genuinely would probably hear me like cackling under my breath.
Yeah, Zalera's just like, nothing concrete, just that she's having fun doing whatever it is that she's doing.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put this here right now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It would be me coming through the window at this point.
You hear tapping on the window,
Mm.
and you can see a green flying, carrying another person.
There she is.
Quite literally what I just did.
Good God. All right, so I'm definitely going to go ahead and set the black market person down against the bed and go open the window. It'll let Reen in.
As I step in, you can see a sadistic grin across my face and blood on two of my claws. As I gently, believe it or not, gently place the person up against the wall and start tying them up, discarding their weapons off to the side, way out of reach.
The rest of you seeing the weapons that she kind of tosses off to the side, in a literal sense. You can see on both the dagger that is thrown away and a hand crossbow, the same crest of House Morngul. Reen also throws a small dart launcher, as well as a pouch of darts.
Well, if somebody has a poison on them, they probably have the antidote to the poison in case they accidentally poison themselves.
Oh, good point. Reen, they got a vial of antidote anywhere on them?
I'll search their satchels.
Yes, you do find a vial.
I toss it to Riven.
A few of them.
I toss them all to Riven.
I'll go ahead and take a look at them, try to see if I can find any markings on the dart that was in the black market contact and the vials, because I mean usually you're going to go ahead and have some sort of thieves' cant marker on one so you know what poison you need to have the antidote for.
Basically,
The antidote for
cross-reference.
lethals. This is an
Yeah,
antidote for
cross-reference and
non-poisons.
double check and
Yeah.
yeah.
Before, applying the antidote, make sure that I'm giving them not more of the poison.
Oh God! Even a paralytic is deadly if given too much.
Yeah, exactly. Do you need me to roll an investigation check or anything for that?
No.
Okay.
This is literally just a case of more or less matching the symbols.
Yeah, and having enough information from living the spy life to know, oh well, this isn't my first rodeo. Here's how we solve this problem. So when they wake up, how do you want to play this? I'll look over at Levy.
Miss Briarleaf, when they wake up, wear this. As I give them, I'll give them my the full mask that I'm not wearing. I'm wearing my half mask and goggles right now.
That'll work. Levy goes ahead and she takes the mask and she puts it on and flips up the cloak of the desert, or the hood of the Desert Sands cloak.
Oh.
And we can get back to the questioning and interrogation next time.
All right.
And since being able to see all the resolution of that through Yoon from above, I think it's safe to say Pepper's like, yeah, that's handled, and just keeps scouting the riverbank along the way. So,
What is the fly speed of a bat?
30 feet.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, they're normal basic fly.
All right. Well, out of all the people that are alive, does anybody have anybody that they would like to raid? Is the only
Cicada is live.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that.
Shall we raid the cicada?
I'm fine with that.
I'm feeling like splitting mine. I might send mine to Doc. So,
Okay.
which is fine.
Ooh,
Oh
actually,
yeah, Doc Tokyo.
Yeah, I'm
Tokyo
gonna
is
head
live.
to
You know
Like
what?
we could split the rig. 'Cause Tokyo's got 13 people already. So if the other person has less, you
I
can
was
send
gonna
yours.
say
Right?
Cicada's pretty popular. He's got
He's got
maybe
101.
right now.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
let's throw them at Tokyo.
Yeah, let's
Okey-doke.
throw him at Tokyo then.
Okie doke.
Started my raid. Oh, I'm
Thank you,
sorry
guys. Thank
again for being so tired.
No,
Hey,
you're
it's
fine.
okay. You know, you at least have the energy to do it. Like, unfortunately, I didn't last week when we were planning to. I'm sorry.
Yes.
One moment here. Just gonna do my thing. Thank you guys so much for being here. I welcome all of you guys to go ahead and raid into the Dr. Tokyo. He's currently doing some shenanigans and spoopy time in Phasmophobia. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I will see you guys next time. Keep your hordlings close and your actual horde closer. And I will see you guys next time. Good night.